You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
Well, now on the Fox 17 News This Morning, a Thai Buddhist temple in the Mid-State is recovering after they say unknown people burglarized the temple. We're going to have the very latest on that.
Icy roads covered parts of East Nashville. In a few minutes, hear what some people dealt with driving through them.
And we're about to get a whole lot warmer and also bringing a better chance for some rainfall too. We'll talk about when and how much you might pick up in just a bit.
All right, thank you so much, and thank you for joining us here on Fox 17 News This Morning. It's a Monday morning, January the 22nd, and I'm Justin McFarland. We are going to begin this morning continuing to talk about the cold weather that has continued to have a grip across the Mid-State, and now the Tennessee Department of Health is confirming that a total of 27 people have died because of that winter weather that has hit the state over the last week or so. 6 of those deaths are right here in Middle Tennessee, 2 in Marshall County, 1 more in Hickman County, and then 1 each in places like Van Buren, Henry, and Coffee counties. Well, now to a story we've been following for days, and that is some neighborhoods in Nashville are still stuck in the middle of the ice and snow. And the question is, can they make any progress out there as things are very, very difficult? Fox 17 News' Karen Aguilar live for us over in East Nashville. And Karen, how are the roads over there?
Well, the roads are still very icy. Me and my photojournalist Kevin driving through here did see some main roads clean and interstates along with side streets. But when we're looking here at 9th Street and Ramesses Street, as you can see this alley behind me, it's covered with a thin layer of ice. Now, we've seen ice last week throughout the weekend, but this ice can be dangerous. And I just want to give you an example of how slippery it is. I'm taking the box of my charger here and just placing it on the ground. I don't want to show you with my boots because I don't want to fall, but you see how easily it slips on the ground. That's what some cars were facing with yesterday night. We heard tons of complaints of cars skidding off the road, some of them even getting stuck on the side of the road. A WeGo bus was stuck for a while on Rosebank Hill, and we also heard of a woman whose car was totaled on icy road conditions. She says that no one had come to help her out, and she's still waiting to hear back when she's going to get some information on that hit and run. So NDOT tells us that they are planning to clean these side streets once the temperature rises, which of course still poses a danger to drivers who will be heading out on the roads today. Courtney Stone, the spokesperson for NDOT, also tells me that the thing to look out for this morning is black ice. And as a reminder to people, it could be hard to see with the naked eye. Coming up in the next half hour, I'll have more for you. Reporting live in East Nashville, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
All right, thank you so much, Karen. Well, we want to know, what do you think? What are you thinking here on social media? How icy are the roads very close to where you live? As you can see, according to our social media account, 46% say somewhat icy. Another 41% say very icy. And then another 12% say not icy at all. So if you want to chime in, you can do so on our X page, Twitter page. You can find us there at Fox Nashville, or you can scan that QR code right there on your screen. It'll take you directly to that particular poll. I know I faced a lot of ice just getting out of my neighborhood, but then the main roads were fine. But it's all going to be fine coming up in a few minutes. Britt Luna is here to tell us when the sun's going to come out and get rid of all of this.
Yeah, Justin, I think we're going to see a little bit of improvement today, but like y'all were just seeing in that poll and then in Karen's live shot too, a lot of ice still out there. But I think these warm temperatures that we're finally going to get is really going to help start to melt some of this away. You're still even seeing a little bit of this. That's what's left over right there on Broadway. Here's your live look over Broadway. Fairly quiet right now. Clear skies. 22 degrees. That's our current temperature right here in Nashville. As far as any sort of precip goes, not really seeing any of that right now. And I think we keep it dry nearly all day long with a better chance for showers moving in tomorrow. Temperatures right now, teens and 20s, so that is very cold. That's a whole lot better than what we have been doing lately with those temperatures dropping down to the single digits overnight. Again, teens and 20s across Middle Tennessee right now. Temperatures later on this afternoon, we're going to warm up to the low to mid 40s as we head throughout the day. 53 the high on Tuesday, and then look at Wednesday and Thursday, we're back to the low to mid 60s, also bringing in a better chance for some showers, maybe even a couple of thunderstorms for Wednesday and Thursday.
All right, Brett, thank you so much. Steer clear traffic out there for you this morning. Let's get to I-65 and I-24 there on the north side. As you can see, traffic moving along just fine. The only snow and ice we've seen on the interstates are now fully on the shoulder. The actual interstate lanes themselves are mostly clear, so that is great news if you're getting out and about. The interstates are not the issues. It's the neighborhoods. The neighborhoods are encased in ice in many cases, and that is the main issue that you're going to face this morning. But once you get to those main roads and the interstates, it is smooth sailing. Well, a Thai Buddhist temple over in Murfreesboro says 6 or 7 people have burglarized the building and left the belongings in disarray. Now, this all happened on Saturday. The temple says that this camera shows the group getting in a car and driving away. They say that the temple and staff, as well as others, were on the ground when the people arrived, but they were not hurt. The temple emailed a statement that says that the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office is now investigating the very latest on this. Well, coming up, a shoplifter arrested, accused in a string of thefts over many months. We'll tell you about some of the stores hit. And Nashville's mayor got on to X, got on to social media to talk about exactly what the city is doing to try and address the icy streets that are still out there. Coming up on 4:09 here on this Monday morning, in Operation Crime and Justice, serial shoplifter is behind bars after police say he tried to steal a pair of sunglasses at the Green Hills Mall. Now, police say it was 56-year-old Donzel Watson who was trying to steal a pair of sunglasses that was, listen, worth more than $1,400 for one pair of sunglasses. This happened at the Newsroom store at the Green Hills Mall. He was arrested and booked on that particular charge and nearly 20 others. He's also accused of stealing from the Louis Vuitton store, as well as Home Depot and Lowe's over the last several months. Police have charged Watson with violating his parole. He was out on parole on robbery and aggravated burglary convictions. Well, people have been frustrated about Nashville's role in the icy roads that are out there. And Nashville Mayor Freddie O'Connell is now responding to questions about why the snow plows did not get to the city streets any faster. Well, Mayor O'Connell took to social media, to the X platform, with some insight. The mayor shared a chat that he had on his X page with a member of the Nashville Department of Transportation. The transportation head told the mayor that workers did get out in front of the weather, pre-treating the city roads, but he also says they have thousands of miles worth of roads in order to get to, and that the primary and secondary roads have to be the main focus. Well, they're going to get some help from Mother Nature, we understand. Let's get to Brett Luna. He's got a look at your forecast.
Yeah, Justin, things about to get a whole lot better. We're going to start to see a lot more sunshine for today. I think we're going to keep it mostly sunny to partly cloudy today, warmer as well. And then by the middle part of the week, we're going to see temperatures in the 50s and 60s. So I think that should finally put an end to all that's left on the ground, at least in nearly all the locations right now. Radar not showing much activity for us. We do have quite a bit of activity going on back west of the Mississippi River, but that is going to hold off and not reach us until early Tuesday morning. I think we're going to keep it dry here for the rest of today. Temperatures right now, teens and 20s, 22 Nashville, Murfreesboro at 22 as well. A little bit warmer over in McMinnville, 30 there, 27 the current temperature for Clarksville. So still chilly, but not near as cold as what we've been having to deal with lately with those temperatures in the single digits. So for today, warming up pretty nicely. If you do have any outdoor plans, partly cloudy skies throughout the day, mostly sunny to partly cloudy with temperatures in the low to mid 40s. And then as we look ahead towards the weekend, we are going to see our temperatures drop a little bit as we head on into Sunday. Mid 50s Saturday, mid-40s on Sunday. A better chance for showers on a Saturday. Can't rule out some more showers, though, for us on a Sunday either.
All right, steer clear traffic out there for you this morning. Let's take a quick look here at I-40 near Donaldson Pike out there near the airport. As you can see, traffic moving along just fine. No big problems out there. And I've checked the big board already over at the airport. Can't find any delays so far this morning. No delays, maybe one cancellation, but nothing real serious going on. And that is certainly good news because last week we saw a number of cancellations and delays out there. But right now we're in much better shape.
And then there were two. I'm Christine Frizzell with a look at the breaking news in the GOP presidential primary and how it may impact the state of the race.
Plus, we'll tell you what you need to know as trash may have piled up at your house over the last few days. When could the trucks be out there again to pick up the trash? We're going to let you know.
Alert.
4:14 is the time. Welcome back to Fox 17 News this morning. Live look there in beautiful downtown Nashville. Some of the trucks are out and about, moving around. Haven't seen the cranes return yet. I imagine they'll be back out and about though later this week as the temperatures warm up. Right now though, we're looking pretty good out there on the roads, and we'll have an update on exactly how warm the temperatures might get. Try to melt away some of the snow and ice with Brent Luna coming up in just a few. Well, we are just 2 days away from the New Hampshire primary for the GOP side of the race for president. The Florida governor, Ron DeSantis, has now suspended his presidential campaign, and now the attacks between the remaining two candidates are really sharpening up towards each other. Fox 17 News' Christine Frizzell has the report.
I am today suspending my campaign.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis ending his bid to become the next president, throwing his support behind the last one, former President Donald Trump, who has for days now aimed his ire at Nikki Haley.
Nikki Haley is using radical Democrat money to fund the radical Democrat campaign operation that she's running.
The former South Carolina governor also getting personal.
If he goes and does these temper tantrums, if he's going and spending millions of dollars on TV, he's insecure. He knows that something's wrong.
Haley now making Trump's age a centerpiece of her campaign.
He claimed that Joe Biden was going to get us into World War II. I'm assuming he meant World War III. He said that he ran against President Obama. He never ran against President Obama. Don't be surprised if you have someone that's 80 in office. Their mental stability is going to continue to decline.
The latest CNN University of New Hampshire poll showing Trump widening his lead, now at 50% over Haley's 39%. The survey, of course, taken before DeSantis departed the race.
It's time for the Republican Party, frankly, to come together and to unify. We have to unify.
Trump trying to trim the two-person race down to one. Even the Washington Post predicting, barring a meteor strike, there's no realistic outcome to the nomination other than Trump appearing on the November ballot. Haley's supporters, meanwhile, arguing New Hampshire can still change the game.
That's the place where things happen that you don't expect to happen. Look at Bill Clinton, look at John McCain, and the fact that she's only down 11 with a lot of momentum, it's not going to look anything at all like Iowa.
And even before the votes are cast in New Hampshire, some are already looking ahead to South Carolina, Nikki Haley's home state, where she is also behind in the polls, with predictions that barring a big surprise on Tuesday, this nomination process could be wrapped up pretty quickly. I'm Christine Frizzell reporting.
In more local news this morning, if your garbage is piled up at your house in the wake of last week's snow and ice, you'll have to wait just a little longer before you get rid of it. That is because Metro Nashville's Water Services is now changing their schedule this week. Now, they said in a Facebook post that all trash and recycling collection will happen 1 day later than normal for the rest of the week. So, for example, if your normal trash day is today on Monday, it will happen on Tuesday instead, and on and on and on for the rest of the week. Metro Water Services said in a post that the change was made to ensure the safety of our staff and the community. Well, let's get to Brett Luna now. He's in for Greg this morning, talking to us about the big changes ahead. And this is the day that everyone had circled on their calendar. If we can just get to Monday, everything is going to get better.
And you know, we're going to get a little bit better with the temperatures today. I think we go to the mid 40s, but it's about to go from the dead of winter to spring as we get towards the middle part of this week. We're going to start to increase our rain chance too, may even bring a little bit of a thunderstorm chance for us as well. Here's your live look over Broadway. It's still a pretty calm morning right there on Broadway right now. 22 degrees, that's our current temperature right here in Nashville. We are clear, and I think we're going to see plenty of sunshine as we head through the rest of the day as well. Radar not showing much activity for us at all right now. We are really all dry, and I think we keep it that way for the rest of today. Teens and 20s right now, a whole lot better than those single-digit temperatures that we were having to deal with over the past several days, waking up early in the morning. So dry today, but as we head on into Tuesday morning, we'll start to increase that rain chance. Off and on showers going to be possible on a Tuesday. Wednesday morning, we're going to keep that rain chance in place too. Wednesday afternoon, just more of the same. Off and on showers and some thunderstorms going to be possible for us on Wednesday, and we're looking at a similar setup on a Thursday. Still that off and on rain chance going to be sticking around with us as we go through Thursday. Friday, we could see a little bit of a break in the rain, and then by Saturday, another round of showers moves through, and that could carry on over into Sunday as well. As far as rainfall totals go, I think we're going to be talking about 3 to 5 inches of rain, so some areas could do really well with this rain that's moving through. That will be good for the drought. It might leave us with just a little bit of a flooding concern as we hit the later part of the week. I don't think it's going to be too widespread though. Temperatures in the low to mid 60s Wednesday and Thursday.
Still clear traffic out there for you this morning. Let's get to the latest going on out there, and that includes on I-24 at Hickory Hollow Parkway. This is out there in the Antioch area, very close to the new Tanger Outlets. That's that building lit up over there behind you at the top of the screen. Right now, everything moving along just fine. No big problems out there on the interstate so far this morning. Happy to report that. Everything has been very calm. It is the neighborhood streets that are the real problem this morning, not on the interstates. They're doing okay, but those neighborhood streets are the issues so far. So please just make sure that you check out your front door more than the interstates this morning, because that's where the problems are going to be. Senators are closing in on a border agreement that could unlock Republican funding for Ukraine. Now, Senator Chris Coons of Delaware is placing his bets on a bill coming out later this week.
I am optimistic we are very close to finalizing in the coming days a package that will make that possible. And if House Republicans refuse to take it up, to consider it and pass it, then they will own responsibility for another year in which millions of people suffer the journey of coming to our southern border, only to be either turned away or ultimately deported.
Well, a deal to change immigration policy could allow President Biden's funding request for Israel and Palestine to pass in the U.S. Senate. But such a bill faces a very uphill battle in the United States House of Representatives. That is where the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, is under growing pressure from former President Donald Trump, as well as other people there in the House. In a social media post this past week, the former president urged some of the Republican lawmakers to reject any compromise with the Democrats. We'll see what happens. Well, coming up, the Tennessee Titans considering candidates for head coach. We're going to tell you about some of the big names who are now out of the running, and a new name just getting into the game. Plus, the Nashville Predators will take on the Florida Panthers in a battle of big cats. We'll tell you why this could be very special for some of the longtime fans.
Watch Fox 7.
4:24 is the time. The Tennessee Titans have now interviewed a total of 9 coaches for their head coaching position that is open, and announced just last night that the team has already interviewed the former Stanford head coach, David Shaw. Now, during his 12 seasons at Stanford, Mr. Shaw, you see him right there, went 96-54. Not too bad. He won 3 Pac-12 championships. Shaw also had previous work in the NFL with teams like the Eagles, the Raiders, and the Ravens. Now, he took a break from coaching in 2022. However, he also interviewed with the Los Angeles Chargers in the past week as well. Well, here are the other coaching candidates, and you can see there's quite a few of them. You can cross Antonio Pierce off that list since he was officially hired as the brand new permanent head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. He was the interim head coach for a while. So that leaves 8 candidates on the list. The Titans reportedly aren't done yet. They still have a couple of more coaches, including the Detroit Lions offensive coordinator Ben Johnson. Happening tonight on the ice, the Florida Panthers will be taking on your Nashville Predators, and some familiar names may be in attendance because it's the inaugural team night for the Nashville Predators. That means members of the very first Predators team are returning to Bridgestone Arena. As for the game, the Preds are coming off a loss, but the Panthers are not doing too well lately themselves. So we'll see who wins tonight. Bridgestone Arena. The puck drops at 7 p.m. Let's get to Brentwood standing by with a look at your forecast.
Justin, much warmer weather today than what we've seen over the past week even. 46 degrees, our high temperature later on this afternoon. That's going to keep us just a little bit below normal for this time of year. 49 degrees, our normal temperature for this time of year. And as we head on through the next several days, it's only going to get warmer too. I think by tomorrow, we're back in the lower 50s, low to mid 60s Wednesday, Thursday, and then we're back down to the 50s, even the mid 40s on Sunday, but still so much better than what we've been dealing with lately. So this weekend, temperatures in the 50s and the 40s for Sunday. As we go through the rest of the week, I think we are keeping a good chance for showers too. Wednesday, Thursday, 80% chance for showers, 90% chance on Friday. Could even see if those are actually shifted. It should be an 80% chance on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Friday, it drops down a little bit. Saturday and Sunday, though, we actually do bring back a little bit more of a rain chance. So January 29th through February 4th, this is looking out a little bit later. I think we're looking at a good chance for above normal temperatures across Middle Tennessee and Southern Kentucky.
Steer clear traffic out there for you this morning. Let's get to I-40 at 46th Avenue. That is over on the west side of town. As you can see, traffic moving along. No problems over there. We're doing really nice so far on that drive. The interstates are good. It is the secondary and the neighborhood streets that are the big problem. A lot of them still covered in snow and ice. If anything changes, we'll be sure to let you know. Steer clear traffic, we got you covered live and local through 9. Well, a big weekend for the TVA. As the freezing temperatures this weekend spiked the electricity demand across the city. We're going to tell you exactly how high the demand got.
In a few minutes, hear what some people faced from the icy road conditions here in East Nashville.
You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
Well, happening now on Fox 17 News This Morning, the freezing cold weather has brought quite a few water main breaks across the city. You take a live look there in the heart of downtown. That's right in front of the main WeGo bus station there. They're breaking open the street to try and stop some water. We're going to get to the very latest on that.
And there's your live look over Nashville right there. Clear skies start out this morning, still dark, but as we go into this afternoon, I think we warm up pretty good. We're going to keep it dry, a better rain chance, and warmer temperatures on the way, though. Those details in just a bit.
Steer clear traffic this morning, I-65 near Vietnam Vets. We're doing okay out there. However, there could be some problem areas later in the morning. I'll tell you more about that in just a few. Thank you so much for joining us here on Fox 17 News this morning. It's a Monday, January the 22nd. I'm Justin McFarland. Well, we are going to begin this morning with the big story we've been following for days now, and that is some Nashville neighborhoods stuck in the thick ice, making travel very difficult just to get out of your own driveway in some cases. Fox 17 News' Karen Aguilar live over in East Nashville. And Karen, what are you seeing as you drive out and about?
Well, me and my photojournalist, Kevin, we saw some of the main roads were clear along with some of the side streets. It was development from what we've been reporting. Now, I'm here on 9th Street and Ramsey Street. I want you to take a look at this road. It's clear at this moment, but now if you walk with me this way, this alley tells a different story. There's a thin layer of ice that is covering it. Now, I can't walk over it because of how slippery it is to demonstrate, but it is dangerous, and some people have been facing difficulty driving through it. a ton of people took to social media yesterday to say that they saw cars sliding, one of them hitting a stop sign on Rosebank Hill, and a WeGo bus was reported to have been stuck on the side of the road. Excuse me, let me clarify. One of the cars that hit the stop sign was on 17th and Woodland, and the WeGo bus is the one that was stuck on Rosebank Hill. And then we also heard from a woman, Adrienne Merler, who says that her car was hit and totaled this last Friday. Right behind me, you can see that the street is clear now. However, the photo that she showed us was an icy road, and she tells us that she contacted 311 regarding the road conditions. Take a listen. All right, so looks like we didn't get her sound up there on time. However, she talks about trying to talk. She was reached out to 311 and says that no one came out to assist her. The road conditions stayed the same. You can see that it has been either treated or cleared up by the temperatures that have risen. But her car being totaled is just an example of the many problems that people here in East Nashville face. Now, Courtney Stone, she's a spokesperson with the Nashville Department of Transportation, tells me that there is a snow and ice removal request that you can put through Hub Nashville. However, they can't always get to it because they're busy treating those main roads and secondary roads. So it is unlikely that they'll get to places like this alley until the temperatures begin to rise. Reporting live in East Nashville, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Definitely still icy in some of those spots out there, so if you do have to get out, just take it a little bit more slowly. Be careful because you could be driving over some of that ice that Karen was just showing you right there on some of those streets still. There's your live look over Broadway, not having to worry about any of that on Broadway. They have been treating some of those roads very well, done a good job getting those clear and keeping them clear. 22 degrees right here in Nashville. We have clear skies. We're going to keep it pretty clear as we go through the rest of the day too. As far as any precip goes, that is still back to the west of here, back west of the Mississippi River. We're not having to worry about any of that right here right now, and I think we're going to have to wait until tomorrow before we start to see a better chance for any of those showers move into our area. Temperatures in the teens and 20s, but like we've been talking, this is nothing compared to what we have been dealing with lately. So 22 in Nashville, same for Murfreesboro, 24 in Dickson, 30 right now. That's the current temperature in McMinnville, also down in Tullahoma. Later on today, we will warm up a little bit better. I think we're going to be in the low to mid 40s as we head on into noon hour, 5 o'clock too, 42. Mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies as we head throughout the day. 53 the high Tuesday. Look at Wednesday and Thursday though. We're back to the low to mid 60s. 80% chance for showers Tuesday, Wednesday. Could see a few thunderstorms for Wednesday and Thursday. Good chance for rain on a Thursday as well.
Steer clear traffic out there for you this morning. Let's show you I-65 at Vietnam Veterans Boulevard there on the north side. Traffic moving along really nicely so far here this morning, despite the fact that the neighborhoods are covered in ice. Now, later this morning, I expect people to get out and about and at least try it. They're going to get out there and try to navigate some of that ice, and that is when accidents could happen. So heads up. We're going to continue to provide the best information we can. But right now, drive time's looking smooth from Mount Juliet to Murfreesboro to Franklin. Everyone is not in the green, still in the yellow for at least one more day, as we still are following icy conditions in your driveway and slightly beyond. Well, we do have a continuing coverage this weekend as the cold weather is leading to a record use of the electricity here across the mid-state, and that's according to the TVA. Now, this weekend marked the highest weekend peak and the second highest all-time peak in TVA history. Sunday's peak power demand was at 34,284 megawatts. That mark hit at 8 o'clock in the morning. TVA thanking customers for efforts to conserve energy during this particular period of the extreme cold and high demand. What's happening now? The freezing weather is causing reports of water main breaks across the city of Nashville. Our Fox 17 News photojournalist David McClure is giving us a live look right now. This look is over at the main bus station. This is at 400 Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard in the heart of downtown Nashville. A Metro worker on the scene says that the water main that was installed here dates back to 1935, and it broke around midnight. It was reported earlier this morning, according to the Metro Water Department out there and their outage map. And by the way, this is not the only one. They've got several, as you can see right there. Each one of those red dots recommends or represents rather some type of break. Now, a total of 8 active water main breaks are right now happening across the city. 3 of those breaks were reported earlier this morning. Some of these active breaks could mean that the water main is repaired, but the surrounding area isn't quite fixed up as of yet. We'll continue to follow it. Well, coming up next, an Israeli strike hit Lebanon, killing 2 people. We're going to tell you why the Lebanese media says one was a civilian. And lawmakers in Ohio think they have found a very innovative way to keep young people in school. We're going to tell you why their idea may not get put into practice.
Receive tornado alerts.
4:40 is the time. Lebanese media is now reporting that an Israeli airstrike hit 2 vehicles in South Lebanon. Now, the strike apparently killed a Hezbollah member in 1 car. A civilian woman in another car died of her injuries hours later. The Lebanese health officials say that several other people were wounded. The Israeli military did not comment on this particular strike. Well, some Ohio state legislators want to incentivize kids to stay in school and graduate, and they want to do this by paying them cash. Well, 2 Cincinnati legislators say they want to pass a bill that would allow for a pilot program that would make cash transfers to select kindergarten and 9th graders for high attendance rates. Now, the lawmaker wants a graduation and GPA incentive pilot program paying $250 to $750 to students in select schools during the 2024-2025 academic year. Currently, the bill is being reviewed by a House committee. Getting paid for going to school. Let's get to
Brett. Back when I was going to school.
I had great attendance. My grades is something different, but I was there in class. That wasn't the problem.
I'm right there with you, Justin, on that one. Well, hey, not really a whole lot to show you, at least on radar for us right now. I think as we go through the rest of this week, though, that rain chance is really going to start to bump up. The best rain that we're seeing, and just frozen precip too, that's back west of the Mississippi River. Here's our current temperatures, teens and 20s. I've been saying this all morning, but just even though it's cold, still so much better than what we were dealing with really for the past week or so, with some of those temperatures in the single digits and then dropping down below 0 too. Temperatures throughout the day will keep on warming up. I think we're in the low to mid 40s by this afternoon. By noon, 41, 5 o'clock, we should have temperatures in the lower 40s. Mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies for us. Here's your weekend outlook. A better chance for some showers as we head on into Saturday. Sunday, I think it drops down a little bit. Mostly cloudy for us for the weekend, but the temperatures, even though they are going to be a little bit lower than what we've been dealing with lately, still not going to be too bad. Temperatures Saturday, mid 50s, mid 40s for us on Sunday.
Circular traffic for you this morning. Let's get out to I-40. This is at White Bridge Road over on the west side of town. As you can see, traffic there moving along very nicely there. Even now, the shoulder of the road that was encased in ice last week, where a lot of trucks normally stop, even it is looking a lot better than it did a few days ago. So that is certainly good news as you get out and about. We are watching several other areas around town. We're going to tell you more about those coming up here in a few minutes. But right now, traffic really is doing fine. Well, coming up, lawmakers are sounding the alarm about dietary supplements. We're going to tell you why they say some of them are addictive and why some states are banning certain pills. And while the mid-state is warming up for now, the danger of cold still remains. We're going to tell you what to do when the freezing temperatures do return.
Team coverage on local issues.
4:45 is the time. A dietary supplement called gas station heroin by some health officials could get very close examination by regulatory agencies. Now, lawmakers are pushing for the review of certain types of supplements that are often sold at convenience stores and online. These supplement pills under brand names like Tiana and Zaza do contain an ingredient called tanyptine. It's tough for me to say, but it says that they have been linked to several side issues like seizures, as well as nausea, chills, and even fatal overdoses. The convenience store supplements are oftentimes used to help with brain function, anxiety, and depression. However, a review by the published by the National Institute of Health revealed that the supplement was very similar to heroin because of its pain-relieving and addictive effects. Now, some states have put a ban on this particular type of drug while they wait for the FDA to re-examine the supplement for use. Snow, rain, and extremely cold temperatures have now killed dozens of people across the country, including some right here in Tennessee. Medical experts are discussing ways that you can keep your family and even your pets safe when the frigid weather does return. Fox News' Ted Linder has more.
Extreme cold keeps lashing much of the country with a frigid vengeance.
Oh, it's cold. It's cold.
So far, this month's winter storms have killed dozens of people across the U.S. Snow, rain, and below freezing temperatures all posing hazards to our health.
You can have frost nip, frostbite, hypothermia. Our brain can become affected where we get confused all the way to becoming unresponsive in some states. We also are no longer able to do fine coordination with our fingers, and our gross motor skills are affected.
And while it's critical to wear a thick winter jacket and cover exposed skin with a hat and gloves when heading outside, Dr. Nicole McAllister of The Ohio State University says staying safe from the cold starts inside your home.
So this involves eating the correct amount of calories and hydration so that your body's metabolism can function the way it's supposed to and protect you against the cold weather.
Meantime, animal lovers also need to be mindful about their pets' well-being this season.
When the temperature gets below 20 degrees, really all pets should come inside.
Dog owners should avoid walking their pets on sidewalks covered in rock salt, which can crack and burn their paws. And when it comes to cats
that are outside, they like to stay warm too, and unfortunately they like warm car engines. So if your car's outside and you're getting ready to go out for the day, make sure you kind of pound on that hood a little bit so that any critter that might be up in there jumps out.
Ted Linder, Fox News.
Keep up with that cat. Never know. Let's get to Brent Luna now. He's standing by. Listen, the cold weather has been around with us here for the last week or so, but it's not going to stay. You got some really good news for us here.
No, and thank goodness, because I am over it. I am done with it.
I think we all are.
It was way too cold.
My hands are cold right now.
I know, and you know, my heat doesn't work in my vehicle, so it was a nice
I don't know how you live like that, man.
30-minute drive up here. But
tougher man than me.
Nah. Hey, everybody. Here's your live look over Broadway. Not a whole lot happening. It is pretty calm and quiet right now early this morning. Temperatures in the 20s, 22 degrees right here at Nashville. Mostly clear skies. And I think we're going to stay mostly sunny as we head through a lot of today. Not seeing much precip here in the southeastern part of the country, but still back west of here, we have some more rain and snow and even a little bit of frozen precip going on in some of those areas. Not going to have to deal with any of that today, but tomorrow our rain chance is going to start to go back up. Temperatures in the teens and 20s depending on where you're at. Tullahoma in the lower 30s. That's the highest number on the map right now. 30 right there, 23 Lewisburg. Same goes for Lawrenceburg. 18 degrees, a little bit cooler down in Columbia. As we head through the rest of the day, again, I think we're dry. Not expecting any sort of precip today. This is tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock. Some showers will start to move into our northwestern areas. We're going to keep that off and on chance for some showers as we head through the rest of Tuesday. Wednesday morning, just more of the same. More showers possible for the morning hours. We'll keep that rain chance with us through the afternoon, maybe even some thunderstorms too. And some of this rainfall could be kind of heavy at times, and that's going to be a similar setup for us on a Thursday. Showers begin in the morning, continue off and on throughout the day. Some periods of moderate to heavy rainfall. Friday, I think we see a little bit of a lull in the activity. Saturday, though, more rain is back in the forecast. As we get this rain, I think we're going to pick up about 3 to 5 inches, depending on where you're at. So this is going to be a good rainmaker for us, which will be great news for the drought on top of the snow melt. However, we might have to deal with just a little bit of flooding concern for the later part of the week. However, I think that's going to stay fairly limited because some of those lakes and rivers are already low as it is right now, so it should be able to handle at least most of this. Warming up Wednesday, Thursday, high temperatures back in the low to mid 60s.
Steer clear traffic for you this morning at 4:50. Quick look here at I-65 at the Fern Avenue overpass there on the north side. As you can see, traffic's moving along really nicely out there. No big problems in either direction. No accidents listed. Metro website has been fairly quiet. They say they haven't seen a crash since around 2 o'clock this morning. So for the last few hours, they've been accident free. We'll let you know if anything does pop up. But right now, here in the mid-state at least, we're doing okay. A major requirement for getting free food assistance could disappear. This is if a federal agency decides to remove it. Now, students, as well as advocacy groups, want the United States Department of Agriculture to forego doing interviews before giving aid to supplemental nutritious assistance known as SNAP. Now, organizations such as the National Student Legal Defense Network, as well as the Center for Law and Social Policy, and even the California Student Aid Commission, says that the process is burdensome and causes those who need food not to be able to get it. Interviews, sometimes done by phone or in person, have to be complete within 30 days of an application. SNAP helps 42 million Americans with up to $401 per household in food aid. Well, coming up, deputies in Florida go in on an hours-long chase, not for a man, but for a bull. You can see what the bull is doing right there. We're going to tell you how they finally caught up to the powerful animal. And one newspaper in Colorado has had their issues stolen from their newsstands. We're going to tell you why the papers vanished and the possible consequences.
Fox 17 News Code.
4:54 is the time here on this Monday morning. Live look there in the heart of downtown Nashville, Lower Broadway. Things are quiet, but fairly busy compared to what we saw last week when the snow was falling and the temperatures were sub-zero. So right now we're doing a little bit better. We'll be along with the latest look at your forecast with Brent Luna coming up here in the next few minutes to tell us how winter is going to quickly turn to spring. A large bull went rampaging around the streets of Indian River County in California. Take a good look here as deputies responded to the call of a bull on the loose making its way towards the road. Look at that. Looks like they've shot it just there. I believe that must have been a dart or something. You can see how the video of the officers trying to corner the bull and trying to contain him. They did this for almost 2 hours. The animal even charged at people and cars. Authorities did use tranquilizer darts in order to return the bull to the paddock. Thankfully, the large bull is going to make a full recovery from that tranquilizer dart. I know Brett is an avid hunter. You ever been bull hunting?
No, I've never gone bull hunting.
I don't think that's legal, but anyway.
Never done that. Well, hey, it is a kind of cool start to the morning, but nothing like what we've been dealing with lately. It is feeling a lot better, even though we're only in the 20s across parts of Middle Tennessee right now. 46, I think that's going to be our high temperature later on this afternoon. 49 is our normal high for this time of year, so just a little bit below that, but just so much warmer than the past several days around here. Tuesday, 53. By Wednesday, Thursday, we're in the low to mid 60s. Friday, Saturday, our temperatures start to drop off a little bit behind that front that moves through on Thursday, but still only dropping us down to the 50s and then the 40s by Sunday, also into Monday. Still overall not terrible considering what we just got through. Rain chances tomorrow, Wednesday and Thursday, 80 to 90% chance for some showers. Could even see a few thunderstorms Wednesday and Thursday. As of right now, not looking at much of a severe weather threat. We are going to keep our eye out for that, though. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, there is a rain chance. I think Friday is going to be the lowest. I think we do stay pretty dry on a Friday. We're going to fast forward, take you out a little bit further. This is for January 29th through February 4th. The temperature outlook, I think there's a better chance for above normal temperatures across Middle Tennessee and also into southern Kentucky.
Steer clear traffic out there for you this morning at 4:57. Quick look here at I-40. This is at Donaldson Pike, close to the airport. We're doing very nicely out there on your drive so far this morning. No big problems there at the airport have we seen as far as your traffic is concerned. As far as your flights are concerned, have not seen big issues over there either. We're actually doing fairly well when it comes to that, unlike last week when we saw so many cancellations and delays. But right now at B&A, things are really nice. If you've got that flight this morning, you're in good shape. Well, a man is facing theft charges after he allegedly stole more than 200 copies of a weekly newspaper in Colorado. Now, why would someone do such a thing? Well, the theft happened last Thursday, on the same day that the Uray County Plain Dealer published a front page story about several arrests in an alleged sexual assault at the home of the county police chief. Now, the sheriff's office says by Thursday night, the suspected thief confessed and returned the missing papers to the newspaper's office. The Colorado Bureau of Investigation is examining this particular case. One 9-year-old in Detroit is over the moon this morning after his favorite football player called him out. Now we're talking about the Detroit Lions and their defensive end, Aiden Hutchinson, who said that Connor Adcock is his good luck charm after winning in Sunday's big game against Tampa. Now, Hutchinson became aware of Connor because of his game day prediction videos that he's been making. He says that he and his mom post online and they tag Aiden Hutchinson in his House of Hutch not-for-profit that resulted in the House of Hutch naming Connor their hero of the week. The mom says it's been great for Connor, who does have cerebral palsy and has battled health issues his entire life. Now, Connor is predicting the Lions to make it all the way to the Super Bowl. But to do that, they're going to have to take on the San Francisco 49ers. You can watch that game, by the way, right here on Fox next Sunday, that game out there in San Francisco.
Promotional consideration for this program provided by Ponce Law.
Well, do you know someone in your hometown who is a hero to the community? If you do, Fox 17 wants to share their story. That's why Ponce Law and Fox 17 are teaming up to find and award a local hometown hero $1,000. Now, this could be literally anyone in your community who's making a difference: a veteran, a teacher, first responder, frontline worker, local coach, anybody you know doing great things in the community. If you want to participate, all you have to do is go to the website PonceLaw.com/hometown hero and fill out that nomination. Somebody every single month will be featured right here on Fox 17 News.
Promotional consideration for this program provided by Ponce Law.
You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
Now on Fox 17 News this Monday morning, burglars target a mid-state Buddhist temple. We're giving some updates.
Icy roads continue to cover parts of Nashville. In a few minutes, I'll show you what they look like.
And the sunshine and the warmer temperatures should help start to melt away some of that snow and ice as we go on towards the middle part of the week. I'll show you how warm we get and also talk about this rain chance in just a bit.
Okay, I do want to start by thanking you for waking up with us here bright and early on a Monday morning for Fox 17 News. I'm Erica Glover.
And I'm Jennifer Waddell. Glad to be your live local news source, always here for you through 9 a.m. And we kick off this Monday morning with the top few stories you'll want to know about before you head out the door. For starters, new this morning, just two candidates now trying to win the Republican nomination for president. We have Donald Trump and Nikki Haley, the frontrunners. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis announcing yesterday he is ending his bid for president. He posted that announcement over at twitter.com.
And we're also talking about new information from overnight, including how the military has ended its 10-day search and rescue mission for 2 Navy SEALs. The 2 SEALs who went missing off the coast of Somalia are now presumed dead. They disappeared while raiding a ship carrying Iranian-made weapons bound for Yemen.
And former President Donald Trump could testify as soon as today in the defamation trial against him. This case would determine how much money he has to pay columnist E. Jean Carroll for comments that he made during his presidency, denying her claims against him. A different jury found last year that Mr. Trump did assault E. Jean Carroll in the 1990s.
Right now, though, we do know several people took to social media trying to explain how dangerous and icy the conditions were over in East Nashville.
Yeah, I know so many of you are out and about, you're doing all the things, and you can get out just fine. And of course, the interstates are cleared. But for so many neighbors, they're still iced in as of this morning.
Fox 17 News' Karen Aguilar joining us out there live. And Karen, what is it looking like right behind you?
Good morning, Jen and Erica. And that's right, Jen. There are still patches of ice, especially here in the East Nashville neighborhood where I'm standing on 9th Street and Ramsey Street. I want you to take a look at this alley behind me. It's covered with a thin layer of ice, but even though it's thin, don't let that fool you. It is very slippery. So I'm going to take my charging cube here just to show you how slippery it is. Look how easily that slides down. So you can imagine a car driving through here, just how slippery and dangerous. And as you mentioned, there was a lot of people that took to social media to talk about that. Cars sliding from the icy road conditions. One of those cars slipping and knocking out a stop sign on 17th near Woodland. Another woman, Adrienne Marler, tells me that her car was struck on icy road conditions just Friday night. Behind me, you can see that the road is clear there, but it was icy from the pictures that she showed us. She describes what happened to her. Take a listen.
Neither of us has left for more than groceries, but you might even see a demonstration here behind me that there is a lot of slipping and sliding, people losing traction. We've had at least 2 vehicles that have had to be abandoned on the street.
That's just one of the many accounts that we heard of people slipping and sliding, cars crashing, cars on the road, all dangerous conditions. Now, Courtney Stone with the National Department of Transportation tells me that they are waiting for the temperatures to rise to be able to treat roads like this, but she does advise people to submit a snow and ice removal request to Hub Nashville if you would like to have them pay special attention. Reporting live in East Nashville, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
All right, Karen, thank you. Hey, and listen, it's not just East Nashville. Sumner County has roads that are still impassable. Robertson County, they've had first responders get stuck in the ice. So we know this is a problem across the midstate for so many families. That's why we've got all those school closures still. But we want to know what your roads are like. So we posted over at twitter.com. How icy are they? 47% of you say still somewhat icy. I mean, Erica was talking about her neighborhood in
North Nashville.
North Nashville. I know there's, Brett is down in Williamson County. We got a lot of Williamson County roads, especially those back roads, like we've been telling you. So be careful this morning. If you want to sound off, head over to twitter.com.
The big question is, when is it going to melt away? Are the temperatures going to be, conducive to make that happen today?
Yeah, Erica, we could see a little bit of melting today, which is good. I think we're going to see quite a bit, though, as we head on into Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We just keep on warming up. You saw Karen's live shot, the poll that we just had. Still a lot of areas very icy. This has stuck around with us for over a week now. Right now on Broadway, a pretty good start. Nothing to worry about if you're driving down Broadway. 21 degrees, our current temperature. Clear skies for us right now. We're going to keep it mostly sunny as we head through the rest of the day, too. As far as any precip goes right now, radar still showing most of that back west of the Mississippi River. We are dry across Middle Tennessee right now. Temperatures in the teens and 20s for everybody now. Tullahoma, McMinnville were in the 30s a little bit earlier. They've now fallen down to the 20s. 21 Murfreesboro, 18 down in Columbia, 24. That's the current temperature over in Dickson. As we go through the rest of the day, a warm-up is in store for us. By noon, we're in the lower 40s. Plenty of sunshine for us through the afternoon. 5 o'clock, we're going to keep it in the lower 40s as well. I think we hit a high temperature in the mid-40s later this afternoon, going with a high of 46 today, 53 on Tuesday, and then look at Wednesday and Thursday, 62 and 64. A better chance for showers moves in by Tuesday.
Brett, thank you. 5:06 is the time. We do want to check in on your steer clear traffic updates for folks who are heading over to the airport. Maybe that is your destination this Monday. Well, right now you can see on your screen this area is looking very good, giving you the green light if you're heading over to the airport. That is I-40 Donaldson Pike.
It was busy yesterday on a Sunday. We drove over by there and you could tell people were trying to get out of town.
Yeah.
5:06 right now. More headlines here this morning. Operation Crime and Justice right now. A Thai Buddhist temple in Murfreesboro. Leaders there say 6 or 7 people came in and burglarized the building and then left the stuff behind in total disarray. And some of this caught on camera. So let's take a look here and see what we can see. It all happened Saturday morning. The camera you can see from this angle showed a group getting in a car and driving away. A statement from the temple leaders say that several staff and other people were there when all these people showed up, but nobody got hurt.
Yeah, that's the good news there. The temple's emailing a statement saying the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office is currently investigating, so More information to come.
Yeah, hopefully. All right, this morning still to come. A shoplifter arrested, suspected in a string of thefts here in the Mid-State over the last few months. So we'll take a look at that in moments.
And Nashville's mayor hopping on social media to talk about why some city streets that we've been telling you about are still so icy.
This Fox 17 this morning.
Welcome back to Fox 17 News this morning. 5:09 is your time, and Operation Crime and Justice continues right now. A serial shoplifter now behind bars after, according to police, trying to steal a pair of sunglasses from the Green Hills Mall.
Feels like there's something always happening over there. What police say 56-year-old Donzel Watson, this man right here, was attempting to steal a more than $1,400 pair of sunglasses from the Nordstrom store. Yeah, a lot of money there. He was arrested and then booked on that charge and nearly 20 other. He is currently accused of stealing from Louis Vuitton, Home Depot, and Lowe's, including several other stores over several different months. Police also charged Watson with violating his parole on robbery and aggravated burglary charges.
Well, police say they're going to make a dent in the crime at the malls, one person at a time. All right, continuing coverage this morning now. Nashville Mayor Freddie O'Connell taking to social media during our winter storm to respond to questions about snowplows, either getting to the city streets or not in a lot of cases.
And a lot of folks were talking about this. So Mayor O'Connell taking to X right here with his insight. The mayor sharing a chat on his X page with a member of the Department of Transportation, DOT. The transportation head telling Mayor Freddie O'Connell that workers did get out in front of the weather, pre-treating city roads, but he says they have thousands of miles of roads to get to.
So primary and secondary roads, the main focus, as you all have experienced as you've gotten out. For those of you who have not been able to get out, you're still iced in. You know exactly what the problem is. There just aren't enough crews to cover all the miles to get to every single side street. Not only that, but as we send it over to our meteorologist, Brett Luna. Brett, I know in places like Sumner County, Robertson County, Cheatham County, it has been so dangerous they don't even want to put their city trucks or their first responders out there on the roads because they get stuck.
I don't blame them. I mean, we've seen the live shots this morning too. A lot of these side roads are still very icy, but good news on the way for all of that. We're going to warm up very nicely this week. We're also going to get some rain too, and I think that's going to help melt away some of that that's on the ground right now. Most of the precip that we're seeing on radar, this is the radar loop from over the past 3 hours. That is still mostly all west of here, west of the Mississippi River. Not really having to worry about any of that. I think we keep it dry today, but then by tomorrow, a better chance for some showers. Temperatures in the teens and 20s early this morning. 21 right here in Nashville. Same goes for Murfreesboro. 18. That's the current temperature in Columbia. We have 26 right now in Clarksville, also for Hopkinsville too. If you have any plans outdoors today, overall better than what we have been over the past week or so. Temperatures should be able to climb to the low to mid 40s. That puts us just a little bit below normal. But then by this weekend, we're going to warm up right before the weekend, and then come the weekend, we're back down to the mid 50s Saturday, mid 40s on Sunday. There will be a chance for a few showers. We'll talk more about that in just a bit.
Brett, that is so Middle Tennessee. I mean,
winter to spring.
I'll tell you what, if this is your first winter with us, buckle up, y'all. It's not unusual for us to have these crazy swings like this. All right, steer clear traffic. Things are looking pretty normal, so that's good news for the morning. I know a lot of folks are still going to be figuring out what to do with the kids today because school is out. We've got those closures at the bottom of your screen, but a lot of you will have to get back to work today, and we understand that. So we're going to be here for you with these steer clear traffic updates every few minutes. All clear, I-65 and Armory Drive.
And just after the break, U.S. troops are caught in tensions in the Middle East after several attacks. We're going to explain how the Biden administration is dealing with this difficult situation.
And what you'll want to know as your trash starts to pile up. Eric and I were talking about this morning.
Just a mess.
We have got to get the stuff out of the driveway today. But we'll tell you how you could do that, as I know a lot of the trash service is running behind.
I got a lot of diapers.
Oh, boy. Welcome back to Fox 17 News this morning. It is 5:15 and new right now. The Henry County Sheriff's Office telling us nobody is hurt, thankfully, but a small plane crashed near Highway 69 overnight. This is just into the newsroom.
Yeah, they say it happened just after 6:15. The Sheriff's Office says the plane lost engine power and was trying to land. That's when it hit a fence and flipped over. So again, take a look at your screen. A pilot and passenger inside the plane thankfully were not hurt, but the FAA is now investigating.
President Biden is trying to manage tensions overseas. We have several U.S. servicemen who are now recovering after a ballistic missile attack on an Iraqi air base housing American troops.
There have been at least 142 attacks on U.S. forces in the Middle East in the past 3 months. Fox News' Lucas Thompson has much more.
It's the largest attack on U.S. forces inside Iraq since the October 7th massacre, and many White House officials say they don't want this thing to spiral out of control across the Middle East.
We're working very, very hard to make sure this conflict doesn't escalate. And I will tell you, and again, the attacks of our troops yesterday in Iraq and Syria notwithstanding, and of course the continued Houthi attacks on shipping in the Red Sea notwithstanding, no other actor has really jumped in with both feet to help Hamas in this war.
U.S. forces have been striking Iran's rebel army in Yemen for the past 10 days, using warships, submarines, and U.S. Navy Super Hornets like this, launching from the deck of the USS Dwight D. Eisenhower in the Red Sea. Despite the strikes, attacks have continued against commercial shipping. Some of the ballistic missiles evaded U.S. air defenses yesterday and hit a base in Iraq where the bulk of the 2,500 U.S. troops are deployed. Thursday, a $32 million U.S. Reaper drone was blasted out of the sky for the second time since November. General Jack Keane says the U.S. needs to strike back much harder against Iran and its proxies.
I think the evidence is there. Iran does not want a war with the United States, and we have to have a comprehensive strategy. It's not just military. We got to recognize that appeasement is no longer a viable road here.
The U.S. military announcing tonight it has ended its search for those 2 missing Navy SEALs off the coast of Somalia, changing their status to deceased. The SEALs went missing more than 10 days ago after conducting a daring raid against a ship bound for Yemen loaded with Iranian weapons. Traveling with the president in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, Lucas Tomlinson, Fox News.
Lucas, thank you. 5:18 right now. One of the side effects of all this winter weather, and there are many, is the fact that a lot of us have not been able to get our trash picked up in, a week or so?
Yeah, it's a little frustrating.
It's been a while. If you live in the metro Nashville area, unfortunately, you're going to have to wait a little bit longer for the city to come pick it up. Now you could always try to take it yourself, but the Metro Nashville Water Services, which schedules your trash pickup, is changing their schedule this week.
Yeah, they wrote it all out in a Facebook post that all trash and recycling collection will happen one day later than normal this week. For example, if your normal pickup, let's say it's today, it's Monday, it's going to happen then on Tuesday.
Metro Water Services telling us that the change was made to, quote, ensure the safety of our staff and the community. Now, I'll tell you this, Hendersonville is resuming trash pickup today, and they're running on their normal Monday schedule. So if you're in Hendersonville in Sumner County, they're going to come get your trash today.
And be nice to the folks, because they're certainly going to have to deal with all your piling trash. The piling. So, just be thoughtful.
That's right. I like that. Be kind. We're all struggling through this, and
it was too much.
It's been a lot. I can't get over, though, how much rain you have in the forecast for this week.
Several inches possible for parts
so we
of
get a
Middleton.
warm up, but we have to deal with the rain.
And I think we might see a few thunderstorms. As of right now, no severe weather, it doesn't look like, though, so hopefully it stays that way.
Snow and ice one week and the possibility of thunderstorms the next.
With temperatures going to the 60s.
Welcome to Middle Tennessee.
I know. Big swing, temperatures, rain chance, all that sort of stuff. Here's your live look over Broadway, though. It is a calm start to the morning, not having to worry about anything right there on Broadway. It is all good. We're at 21 here in Nashville, our current temperature, mostly clear skies, and I think we're going to stay mostly sunny as we head through the rest of the day. Here's your current shot of the radar. Most of the activity is still staying west of the Mississippi River. Not really seeing much of that at all right here in Middle Tennessee or Southern Kentucky. A chilly start to the morning, but nothing compared to what we have been dealing with lately. We're in the teens and 20s, depending on where you're at. 21 Murfreesboro, 28 Tullahoma. Columbia a little bit lower than that, though. 18 degrees. That's the current temperature down in Columbia. So as we head through the rest of today, I don't think we're going to get much of a rain chance. This is Tuesday morning. Some showers are going to start to move into our western areas. As we head through the rest of Tuesday, off and on showers will remain possible. Another round of that moves in Wednesday morning. We're going to keep that rain chance as we head through the rest of Wednesday as well. As far as rainfall totals go, I think we're talking about 3 to 5 inches from Tuesday through Thursday. Highs in the low to mid 60s Wednesday and Thursday.
Steer clear traffic out there for you this morning. Let's get to I-24 at Shelby Avenue. This is in the heart of downtown Nashville there, right at the exit for Nissan Stadium. Doing just fine out there. I want you to take note. Occasionally you'll be able to see it. I don't see it right now, but sometimes something will come along and you'll see a dust up of some of the snow that's still out there flying around the interstates. Haven't seen it as of the last couple of minutes, but I saw it a little bit earlier this morning, so please keep that in mind. But the interstates themselves are relatively clear. It's the side streets that are the big problem. So the issues may not be here on the interstates, but outside your front door in places like, your driveway. Just trying to get down that hill to the mailbox may be a bit of a journey. We're going to continue to follow the traffic here for you this morning, but so far we're doing pretty good.
The city of Mount Juliet is considering some new rules controlling temporary signs for businesses. The pushback from business owners in minutes.
If you're happy and you know.
5:24 is the time here on this Monday morning. Before the snow and the ice came rolling through, the city of Mount Juliet had a massive debate about signage of all things. They want to limit not signs like this. This is fine. This is hanging from the door or window of a business. But things like yard signs or big banners out in front of businesses. They say not only do they want to limit how many of these signs that there are, but how long they can be up, even what they're made out of. The city says some of them just don't look very good, maybe a little tacky, unsightly. But some local business owners say they don't have any other way of getting their word out.
Just as a local business owner, I'm asking you, give us more options instead of less options. Involve your local business community when these types of changes are being proposed and reviewed. Get feedback from various types of business owners, small business, large business, restaurant, retail, all different types of things. I love having my business in this community, and I love how supportive this community is of my business. But bottom line is I need customers to be able to see my signage and to know when I'm having something special, a special event going on.
Well, coming up, city leaders are responding to some of the concerns of local business owners. So we're going to hear both sides of this story.
And we're going to still be a little chilly today, but so much better than what we have been dealing with recently. 46 degrees, the forecast high temperature for today. Typically this time of year, we are at 49 degrees, so still a few degrees below normal, but so much warmer than the past several days when we've had temperatures on some of these days held to the teens for the highs. As we head on into Wednesday and Thursday, we are going to get warmer and warmer. 62 on Wednesday, 64. That'll be the high temperature for Thursday. Friday, we're back down to the 50s, and then we cool off a little bit more for Saturday and Sunday with highs on Saturday in the mid-50s. Then we're down into the 40s for Sunday. A good chance for rain showers Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, maybe a few thunderstorms Wednesday and Thursday. Friday, I think we're going to see a break in the activity, but then by Saturday, that rain chance does start to go back a little bit up more. January 29th through February 4th. This is the temperature outlook for that time frame. And here in Middle Tennessee and Southern Kentucky, I think we're seeing a better chance for above normal temperatures.
Steer clear traffic for you this morning. Let's get to I-65 and Armory Drive there on the south side of town. As you can see, traffic moving along very nicely down there on the south side. You can see the traffic moving here on both sides of the interstate. The ice and snow over on the grass where it should be. Even the ramps are in much better shape. This time last week, we saw a lot of snow and ice here on the ramps, but we're not seeing that so far here this morning. Overall drive times look a little something like this. This is Gallatin to downtown at 39 minutes. Murfreesboro coming in at around 50 minutes. Kingston Springs down I-40, 27 minutes on that drive. We'll continue to keep an eye on things. Well, coming up, it's a big weekend for the TVA, or at least it was. The freezing temperatures over the weekend spiked the electricity demand. We're going to tell you how high it really got.
There are still icy and slippery roads, especially here in East Nashville. In a few minutes, I'll show you exactly where one of those roads are, and I'll have more details.
It's the B.F. Myers Floor Sample.
You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
Good morning, 5:30 and a live look right now at one of several water main breaks reported this morning. We'll take you to the live breaking news and show you what you'll need to avoid as you head out the door.
And it's still mostly clear skies for us. We are dry too. We're going to warm up later on today, but a bigger warm up comes for the middle part of the week. Also, better chance for showers. We'll break it all down in just a bit.
Steer clear traffic. Take a look here at I-40 at Spinks Lane. Things moving along okay, but there are some areas of town that are not so okay. We're going to get into that coming up in a few.
I want to start by thanking you, though, for waking up with us here bright and early on a Monday morning for Fox 17 News. I'm Erica Glover.
And I'm Jennifer Waddell. Glad to be here for you through 9 a.m. If we get any more cancellations coming in, we'll be sure to let you know both through our script, letting you know as we speak it, but also you can see everything scrolling at the bottom of the screen and over at fox17.com.
And weather's still a big headline, especially because the snow and single-digit temperatures hit Nashville and caused a lot of problems. One of them still remains. We're talking about those icy road conditions.
It's kind of wild, especially if this is your first winter here in the mid-state. It's wild to see how many streets are untouched. Going back a week now, we have Fox 17 News reporter Karen Aguilar live in East Nashville to show us one of those spots.
Yeah, and one of those untouched roads is actually quite slippery and dangerous, which is why I'm standing here to stay away from it. I tried to walk in front of it, but I actually slipped and fell myself, just to give you an idea of how slippery it is. So if Kevin can pan over to the right a little bit, you can just see how this road here on McEwen Avenue and Avondale Drive is covered with ice, but it doesn't stop there. Take a look at your screen. That's what me and Kevin saw driving down Avondale Drive. It was covered with slick ice, and on the way down we unfortunately slid. I don't know if you can wait for that moment. We slid. I was very frightened, but luckily our car managed to gain control and we did not hit anything. Now, I also, if Kevin can continue panning to the right, I want you to take a look at those houses. You can see that ramp, that there is still ice and snow on them. So if you're going to be leaving your house and you live on McEwen Avenue and Avondale Drive, it's dangerous. I just read a Facebook post on a man who slipped on one of the icy roads and is now on crutches for his birthday, which is very unfortunate that we're still dealing with these untouched roads. Now, I reached out to Courtney Stone from the National Department of Transportation, following up on how they plan to treat roads, especially here in East Nashville, where we're seeing a ton of complaints. She hasn't gotten back to me yet, but what she did tell Fox 17 News yesterday was that they're mainly treating the highways, the main roads, but of course we're still seeing issues in some of these areas. She also suggests that you can submit a snow and ice removal request to Hub Nashville, and that they're hoping to get to them when the temperatures rise. Reporting live in East Nashville, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
And I think the weather is finally going to be able to help out with melting a little bit of that snow and ice away too. We are going to warm up pretty nicely as we head through the next several days. I think by the middle part of the week, we're going to have high temperatures in the low to mid 60s. Right now, though, it is another cool start, but nothing like what we've been dealing with lately. 21 degrees right here in Nashville. Mostly clear skies for us right now, and I think that's how we're going to keep it throughout most of today as well. Mostly sunny to partly sunny skies for us through the day. The bulk of the activity, all the precip still mostly back west of the Mississippi River. I don't think we're going to really have to worry about any of that today. For tomorrow, though, our rain chance does start to go up early in the morning, especially for our western counties. Temperatures right now, teens and 20s, depending on where you're at. 28 Tullahoma, 21 McMinnville. It's 18, still one of the cooler spots down there in Columbia. 24, the current temperature in Dickson. So for today, we are going to get warmer. That is going to be a nice warm up for us. Even though temperatures are just a little bit below normal, we're finally at least back into the 40s. 41 by noon, 42 your temperature by 5 o'clock. I think highs today top out in the mid 40s later on this afternoon. 53 on Tuesday, that's tomorrow, an 80% chance for some showers. We're going to keep that rain chance in place off and on as we head through Wednesday into Thursday too. Could see some pockets of moderate to heavy rainfall, maybe 3 to 5 inches of rain Tuesday through Thursday, highs in the low to mid 60s Wednesday and Thursday.
All right, everyone, steer clear traffic out there for you this morning. Bear with us as we're trying to get the latest on the accident right here at I-24. This is going to be I-24 right around 8:40 as you make that drive in from Murfreesboro into Smyrna this morning. We do have a crash coming into Nashville on the shoulder. Lots of emergency responders. Unsure exactly what's going on, but we can tell you at least 2 lanes are blocked off because of this here. A very slow go down making that drive in from Murfreesboro into Nashville. Nashville. The drive time not as long as it will be if this crash sticks around. Let me show you what I'm talking about. 53 minutes right now on that drive from Murfreesboro to Nashville. Not all that bad considering Franklin at 27 minutes, Hendersonville also at 27 minutes. The best way to steer clear of this is going to be using Highway 41. That is Murfreesboro Road, for lack of a better term, but it makes that drive right along I-24 and should get you past this. Once you get into the town of Smyrna itself, you should be okay. So get up around Almaville, you'll be steer cleared of this particular crash.
Justin, thank you. Continuing coverage this morning after the cold weather and the winter storm leads to a record weekend for power usage here in Tennessee. That's according to the Tennessee Valley Authority. You'll hear us refer to it as the TVA.
This weekend marking the highest weekend peak and the second highest all-time peak in TVA history. Sunday's peak power demand, get this, was 34,284 megawatts. That mark hit it around 8 in the morning. Folks waking up, getting started. TVA thanking customers, though, for their efforts to go ahead and conserve energy during this period of extremely cold temperatures and also high demand.
And by the way, for those of you who are new to the area, the TVA is the controlling authority for all of our local power sources. We clicked our thermostat, Erica, down to 69.
Well, there you go.
That's where
doing your part.
That's where we've been sitting for the last week or so. Hey, I wanted to let you know about something that's happening right now. Following breaking news in and around Nashville, what you're looking at on your screen is a live shot from 400 Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard in Nashville, one of several water main breaks happening right now as we speak. And you can see crews on the scene working to try to get this thing repaired.
Yeah, we told you last week how this is going to be an issue, especially as we I should say, the temperatures start to thaw out. We get warmer, the constricting, all of it causing a big issue.
Yeah, and if you look to where that SUV is going in the background and where they're trying to dump sand and dirt down into the hole, look at the water gushing behind the dump truck, shaking around as that digger gets into the back of it to try to load sand and whatnot, dirt down into that hole. This is a huge project, folks. Our Fox 17 News photojournalist who's on location right now giving us this live look is David McClure. David telling us that, again, the location, 400 Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. We do have a Metro worker on the scene who's telling us this water main was installed in 1935.
Oh my gosh.
And it broke around midnight. This is part of the aging infrastructure of Nashville.
And it could take hours to resolve this.
It certainly could. And again, it's not the only one. This one reported early this morning to Metro Water Services. We're going to keep an eye on this for you and let you know about any others that could be a problem. You'll want to avoid this one for sure. We'll get updates again in just a few minutes.
Just ahead, though, lawmakers in Ohio think they have found an innovative way to keep young people in school. We're going to tell you why their idea may or may not be put into practice. Stay with us. Welcome back. 5:40 is time here on Fox 17 News this Monday morning. We want to tell you about some Ohio state legislators who want to incentivize kids staying in school and then graduating. Listen to this, through cash payments.
I know what you might be thinking. Why don't they just reduce tuition?
Well,
let's get into it. Two Cincinnati legislators say they want a bill passed that would allow for a pilot program that would make cash transfers to select kindergarten and 9th grade students for high attendance rates. Lawmakers also want a graduation and GPA incentive pilot program that would pay anywhere between $250 and $750 to students in certain schools during this upcoming school year. The bill is being reviewed by a House committee.
By the way, that's not here in Tennessee.
No, this is Ohio.
It's an interesting suggestion.
We shall see. 5:42 is the time right now, and we're going to get a quick check of your forecast. Brett is working on a couple of other things in the Weather Center, so we're going to get you that extended forecast. We know you're already looking to this next week and wondering what's in store this time.
Well, absolutely. The good news is we're going to have warmer temperatures, and we're mapping that out for you right here on the screen. But we're also going to have showers just about every single day this week.
Yeah, the chance for thunderstorms on Thursday. Nothing severe that we're monitoring right now, but we've got you covered. At least the rain's going to melt the snow and the ice.
Yes.
And so will the warmer temperatures, but get ready for a rainy week.
Steer clear traffic out there this morning. Big crash to tell you about on I-24 at I-840. This is coming down from the Murfreesboro area. Murfreesboro to Smyrna is where we're talking about here. The crash is over on the shoulder. Unsure exactly how many vehicles there are. We can tell you it's a pretty sizable response there from the police department and fire department there. Again, this is approaching Smyrna, so I'm unsure exactly who's responding to this because it's right in between Murfreesboro and Smyrna. So we'll see exactly who's out there. It is causing a bit of a slowdown, and the stretch goes back quite a ways there on I-24 near 840. My best suggestion to you is Highway 41. That's going to be your best bet to steer clear. Once you take that into Smyrna, you should be able to cut across and get back on to I-40 around Almaville Road or Sam Ridley. Pick your choice there about the best way to steer clear.
Active already. Justin, thank you. 5:43 is your time right now. Hope your Monday is off to a good start. Lawmakers are sounding the alarm about the dietary supplements you see on your screen. We'll explain which ones in particular have some states calling for an all-out ban.
Let me help you with that. I'm good, man.
Welcome back to Fox 17 News this morning. We have a health alert right now, and this is going out nationwide because of a dietary supplement that's been dubbed gas station heroin by some health officials. And it's expected to get a close examination on the part of regulatory agencies trying to get the stuff off the shelves.
Lawmakers are pushing for the review of certain supplements that are often sold at convenience stores and online. The supplement pills are brand names like Tianin and Zaza, which contain the ingredient called tideptine. That has been linked to side effects like seizures, nausea, chills, and even fatal overdoses.
Wow. The convenience store supplements are often used to try to help with, as they claim, brain function, anxiety, and depression. But a review published by the National Institutes of Health revealed that this supplement is actually more similar to heroin because it has pain relieving but also addictive side effects, and does not actually do what it claims to do. Some states have now put bans on tianeptine while they wait for the FDA to re-examine this particular supplement.
5:47 is the time. We, of course, want to check in with our Code Red meteorologist, Brett Luna, filling in this morning. A lot going on when it comes to a warm-up and showers this week.
I know. Last week it was the cold and the snow. This week it's the warm and the rain.
Can't catch a break.
No, and too, this is that time after we get these deep freezes like we've had that you really need to pay close attention to your pipes at home. We have water main breaks in Nashville, which is where we're taking a live look now. Just keep
Pipes
it close.
busted at my apartment, but they were on it quick though. They shut off the water, and about an hour and a half later, it was all good.
Oh, good. Okay.
They were on it. Good job for them. But here's your live look over Broadway. Not really seeing much going on the Broadway camera. Pretty calm and quiet start to the morning, and that's how we're going to stay for the rest of today. We are going to warm up too. Temperatures going to the 40s from the 20s that we have early this morning for most areas. So that's still pretty chilly. Typically we're around 49 this time of year. I think we say just below that, but it's still going to be so much better than these temperatures that we've been seeing over the past several days. Most of the precip right now back west of the Mississippi River. Not really seeing much of that here in Middle Tennessee or Southern Kentucky going on right now. Current temperatures chilly for a lot of these spots. Teens and 20s. 18 Lebanon, same for Columbia. 22 Murfreesboro. 19 in McMinnville. 23. That's the current temperature over there in Linden. So as we head on through the rest of today, not expecting much activity. Future track showing those showers beginning as early as Tuesday morning. Off and on showers going to stick with us as we head through Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. A good chance for showers. 62 on Wednesday, 64. That'll be the high on Thursday.
Circular traffic out there this morning. Let's get to I-24 at I-840. We've gotten new information about this crash in the last few minutes. We understand this is a vehicle fire that was being had here on I-40, very close to I-840, I-24. I-24 at I-840 is where we're talking about, coming in from the Murfreesboro area into Smyrna. That is where this vehicle fire is. You can see several agencies are now responding, and the drag has pushed back here several miles at this point. So let's take a look at it on another camera here. This is about a mile, maybe a mile and a half away from where the scene is. You can see how the traffic has pretty much come to a crawl back there. Best way to steer clear, Highway 41 or Murfreesboro Road up there. That's going to be your best bet to get into town. Once you get to areas like Almaville and Sam Ridley, you're fine. Just back behind it is where the problem is. We're going to continue to watch this for you, let you know when it completely clears up in the next few minutes.
Justin, thank you. In consumer news now, a major requirement for getting free food assistance could disappear if a federal agency decides to go ahead and remove it.
All right, let's take a look here at what's at issue. We have student and advocacy groups that want the U.S. Department of Agriculture to forego doing interviews as a prerequisite for giving food aid to the SNAP program, the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, known as SNAP. Applicants who want to get those benefits previously have had to go through an interview process, but organizations like the National Student Legal Defense Network, the Center for Law and Social Policy, and the California Student Aid Commission claim that process is burdensome and causes those who need food aid to not get it. Now, interviews by phone or in person are supposed to be completed within 30 days of someone applying for the SNAP benefits. By the way, SNAP helps 42 million Americans with up to $400 a month per household when it comes to food aid.
Coming up, a boy in Detroit getting a legendary shout out from his favorite player. How the Lions player found out about this very young fan, making his day.
Yeah, and by the way, we've got the team set for the championship matchups coming up as we get closer to the Super Bowl. And we have a newspaper in Colorado that had some of their papers stolen from the newsstands. We're going to take a closer look into why in the world that would have happened anyways.
When your door is open,
Welcome back to Fox 17 News this morning, just a few minutes before 6 o'clock right now, and a live look in Nashville, where things look peaceful here, and for the most part, things are pretty calm in Nashville. However, as we get into our 6 o'clock hour, we will be mapping out several water main breaks that are going to impact your morning drive. One of them being on Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard in Nashville. That's a pretty significant water main break impacting traffic. So we'll get to those stories and more coming up in just a few minutes. But first, the 4 teams heading to their championship matchups leading up to the Super Bowl, they're now set. We have the Ravens, the Chiefs, the 49ers, and the Detroit Lions all in.
And a young fan just had his dreams come true, so we're telling you about this story. Detroit Lions defensive end Aiden Hutchinson said Connor Addoct is his good luck charm after winning last Sunday. Hutchinson became aware of Connor because of game day prediction videos that he's been making.
Aww.
Yeah, when he and his mom posted the videos online, they tagged Hutchinson and said his House of Hutch nonprofit is what they were talking about. That resulted in the House Hutch naming of Connor being their hero of the week.
Oh, I love this. And Connor's mama says that it has just been great for him. He has cerebral palsy and has battled health issues his entire life. So he gets a shout out from his hero, Aiden Hutchinson. Connor, by the way, is predicting the Lions are going to make it to the Super Bowl. But they have to win their championship matchup first. They'll play the 49ers coming up this weekend, and you can watch that game right here on Fox 17 Sunday.
All right, we're checking in now for the forecast. A lot of folks are hoping, praying really that this ice melts away.
And good news for that, too, as we head through the next several days. We're finally going to get temperatures above freezing, and then I think we're going to stay above freezing for at least a little bit. So that's some good news for us. 46 the high today. 49 is our average high temperature for this time of year. So even though we are going to be a few degrees lower than normal, we're going to be so much warmer than what we have been dealing with over the past week or so with those temperatures. Some days held to the teens for our high temperatures. So for Wednesday and Thursday, I think that's when we see the best warm up. 62 on Wednesday, 64 for our high on Thursday. We dropped down a little bit behind that front that moves through on Thursday. 59 for Friday, 54 Saturday, and then we're down to the mid-40s again Sunday and Monday, but still warmer than what we've been dealing with lately. We're also going to start to increase our rain chance too. So starting tomorrow, a good chance for some showers off and on through the day. Wednesday, Thursday, we keep the chance for off and on showers. A good chance for that. Some thunderstorms will be possible. Also, some pockets of moderate to heavy rainfall possible too for especially Wednesday and Thursday. I think we could pick up about 3 to 5 inches across Middle Tennessee and parts of Southern Kentucky from Tuesday through Thursday. Friday, a little bit of a lull in the activity. Saturday, the rain chance comes back. 40% chance for some showers for us on a Saturday. Taking a look ahead, this is for January 29th through February 4th. More good news for those temperatures. I think we are going to keep those back above normal. The Climate Prediction Center, as of right now, putting a better likelihood for above normal temperatures, so warmer than normal. And then for that same time frame too, January 29th through February 4th again, I think we're going to be talking about drier than normal conditions here across Middle Tennessee and Southern Kentucky.
Steer clear traffic out there for you. Let's get to I-24 and I-840. This is down in Rutherford County as we continue to follow word about a vehicle fire down in that direction. Unsure if anyone is hurt or not. We can see lots of emergency responders on the scene here as you try to get towards the Smyrna area coming out of Murfreesboro. And it's becoming more and more difficult to do that right now as more and more traffic gets on the road. You can see this is about a mile to a mile and a half behind where that vehicle fire took place on I-24, making your way in towards Smyrna. The best way to steer clear is using Highway 41 there. You could jump back on around the Nissan plant, Alvaville Road. That'll help you steer clear of this slowdown right now. We're still looking at just under an hour to get in from Murfreesboro, but this time we'll jump up as more and more people get on the road.
Justin, thank you. A man is facing theft charges after he allegedly stole more than 200 copies of a weekly newspaper published over in Colorado. Bizarre story here.
It is here. It all happened on the same day that the Uray County Plain dealer published a front page story about several arrests in an alleged sexual assault at the home of their local police chief. Well, the sheriff's office says right around the same time, the newspapers disappeared. Now, the person accused of stealing them confessed and returned them to the newspaper's office, but it was, I think if you're putting the pieces of this puzzle together, it was somebody who didn't want the word to get out.
Correct. About
the police chief and the alleged assaults. The Colorado Bureau of Investigation is now examining this case.
Warning before we share this next story, okay? We're talking about a bull on the run who got tranquilized, but he's okay.
Yeah, this is body camera footage from deputies who got the call. They responded to calls of this bull on the loose. It took them 2 hours and scary encounters with people and cars because this bull was charging at them. But deputies finally got the bull sedated and returned him to his home.
You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
Right now on Fox 17 News This Morning, video as burglars target a mid-state temple. We'll take you there and tell you what police say happened. And
icy roads are still an issue in Nashville despite the end of the extended winter snap. In a few minutes, I'll have more details on that.
And I think we're finally going to be able to melt some of that ice away as we head through this week. We are going to warm up, also bringing a rain chance. I'll show you how warm we get and how much rain we could pick up here in just a bit.
Reports of a vehicle fire on I-24 near 840. We're going to tell you the best ways to steer clear.
Thank you, though, for waking up with us here on a Monday morning for Fox 17 News. I'm Erica Glover.
And I'm Jennifer Waddell. Glad to be here for you through 9 a.m. Our top story this morning continues to be the impact of the ice in the mid-state. We have a lot of neighbors from Nashville to Hendersonville to Springfield who are still iced in there this morning and cannot get out of their neighborhoods.
Yeah, it's also leading to a lot of school closures. Right now, Fox 17 News' Karen Aguilar is joining us for the very latest conditions over in East Nashville. Karen, you were demonstrating just how icy that road is that you're standing on.
Yeah, that's right. And I want to begin by saying that we've heard a lot of complaints here in East Nashville, and it's not hard to see why. I'm actually standing on this icy road. Please don't try this if you're out on the street. I'm being very, very careful. So I want to demonstrate just how slippery it is. Of course, I'm going to go very slow. You see just how quickly and easily I slid. Well, that's what a lot of cars have been going through these roads. In fact, me and my photojournalist, Kevin, just about half an hour ago, went down that road on McEwen Avenue and Avondale Drive, and we actually slid. Luckily, we were okay. Now, I'm going to step out of the way slowly so you can see what this road looks like. It's covered in ice, and down that hill, it also has some snow still left untouched. Now, we are advising people, if you don't live in this area, please don't come by here. As I just mentioned, we skid ourselves, and we have a pretty good car that works. And so if you have a smaller car or even a bigger car, that weight can cause your car to slide and suddenly lose control. Now, the question is, when are we going to see roads like these clear? We've seen the main streets clear, we've seen the highways clear, but we're still seeing issues with side streets like this. Now, Courtney Stone with the National Department of Transportation tells Fox 17 News that they are waiting on the temperatures to warm up. And I know Brett mentioned that they're going to, so we are hoping that these roads can clear up as soon as possible. Reporting live in East Nashville, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
All right, so the big question this morning, what are the roads like where you are? We know those side streets and neighborhood roads are the main reason that schools are closed today. And I know you might be looking today or even last night and think the interstates and the main roads are clear. Why are we out of school? There are so many back roads that are untouched. Crews can't even get to them. They're sliding off, and first responders sliding off the main roads. If you want to see all those pictures, head to the website fox17.com. And in the meantime, how icy are the roads near your house? Right now, 53.5% of you say somewhat icy. You can scan the QR code and take part in our poll right now. It's live at twitter.com.
And right now to tell us if the ice is going to melt away is Brett Lewin. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning to you, Erica. Good morning, Jen. And that ice is going to hopefully start to melt away as early as today, at least a little bit of that. But I think we're going to see the best melting as we head on into Tuesday and Wednesday. We're going to keep on warming up and also bringing a chance for some more showers, too. Here's a live look over Broadway. Very calm on Broadway right now, 24 degrees, our current temperature here in Nashville. So we have bumped up just a few degrees since we were last on. Most of the precip right now on the radar view, that is still back west of the Mississippi River. Not really seeing anything right here across Middle Tennessee or Southern Kentucky early this morning. Current temperatures are chilly, but still a lot better than what we have been dealing with most mornings for the past several mornings now. Temperatures in the teens and 20s, depending on where you're at. Temperatures later on this afternoon, I think we warmed to the 40s. 46 are high today, so just a few degrees below normal, but so much warmer than lately. 53 on Tuesday, low to mid 60s. We get warmer Wednesday and Thursday, also bringing a chance for some showers. A good chance for rain Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Steer clear traffic for you. Let's get to the biggest problem we've got going on right now. That is going to be here on I-24 and I-840. As you make that drive out of Murfreesboro and going towards Smyrna, we've got reports of a vehicle fire here on the shoulder. Been dealing with this now for almost an hour. Emergency crews are on the scene, unsure if anyone is hurt, but they have shut down at least 2 lanes of I-24 as you make that drive into the city, and the backup is evident. This is about a mile behind it here. So if you're coming out of the city of Murfreesboro going towards 840, you're going to run into the slowdown fairly quickly. You want to use Highway 41 as the best way to steer clear. We're still under an hour, though, on that total drive. This slowdown is going to cost you, at the time being, an extra 10 to 15 minutes.
Justin, thank you so much. Well, happening now, the freezing weather causing some reports of water main breaks overnight across Nashville. It's an issue we told you about last week.
Yeah, we were warning you about the aging infrastructure, especially in Nashville. I mean, we've got water mains that are almost 100 years old here, and that has caused issues like this. This water main has ruptured near the 400 block of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. If you look behind the dark sedan with the flashing lights, you can see the water looks to be spewing up, out, and around a fire hydrant. So it's caused freezing on the roads. You can see that slush building up all around it, and crews are trying to repair it as we speak. So we have Metro crews out here doing the thing, trying to get it all squared away, but one of several that we have seen on the Metro Water Services outage map.
Yeah, and to your point, Jen, earlier this morning they were trying to pack this area down. You can see, though, it is a mess, just spewing water, a very heavily traveled area, and it could take hours potentially for them to resolve this issue.
What a mess. We'll monitor it for you and bring you those live breaking news updates through 9 a.m.
We also have a map right now showing the active water main breaks across the city. So at last count, I believe we had 8 active water main breaks. 3 of those breaks reported early this Monday morning. Some of those breaks mean active, or they say active, I should say, and it could mean the water in this area is out, dealing with some outages, maybe in your community, but the surrounding area is not yet fixed. So we have to drive to these different spots on the map, check them out, and then we give you a live report of what's happening.
Down near Oak Hill, just west of Berry Hill, South Nashville. I'm even looking at one up near Jolton, north of the Whites Creek part of town. So all around the area, praying they get them fixed quickly so water service can be restored.
Oh, absolutely. And hey, if you have an outage in your area, be sure to let us know here at Fox 17 News.
Operation Crime and Justice this morning. A Buddhist temple in Murfreesboro ended up being burglarized, and there were folks in the temple when this all happened.
Yeah, so we're taking a closer look at the video that happened on Saturday morning. You can see it in the top left-hand corner. The footage shows the group get in the car and then just drive away. The temple statement says several temple staff and others, like you mentioned, Jen, were there at this area when the unknown people just came on up, but they were not harmed. That's good news. The temple also letting us know that the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office is now investigating, trying to get to the bottom of this.
All right, and this morning, the city of Mount Juliet is considering some new rules when it comes to temporary signs. You know, the ones that businesses will put up for various reasons. Well, there's a lot of pushback now from those business owners. Justin McFarland will explain why in about 2 minutes.
Fox 17 News.
Welcome back to Fox 17 News this morning. Before the snow and ice came and kind of slowed everything down, the city of Mount Juliet did have a massive debate about signage. Not about these kinds of signs, these are hanging in windows, but the kinds of signs that are out in people's yards or right next to the side of the road, the big banners. They want to try to limit the amounts of signs that are out there, even what some of them are made out of. But certain businesses are pushing back against that idea. They say that the changes that the city is proposing is way too expensive, and they don't have any other way of getting their word out.
I'm on Lebanon Road. I need signage that people can read when they're driving 45 miles an hour down the road. So a banner works really well for that, and it withstands the wind well. And I don't believe that the corrugated plastic is going to withstand the wind and the traffic that comes on Lebanon Road.
When you become successful, our city continues to be successful and allows us to do so many wonderful things that we're doing. So please keep in mind, get frustrated with us, get mad, angry. Please don't throw things, but we understand if you want to.
Don't throw things, but they understand if you really want to, is what the commissioner was saying there. In the end, no changes were made to the sign ordinance. None. There's a reason for that. I'm going to share that with you coming up in our 7 o'clock hour.
And some of that snow and ice is still on the roads right now. That is going to start to melt off as we head through this week. I think we're finally going to start to lose some of that because we're going to warm up. Also bring in a chance for some rain, too, a little bit later on. Most of the precip now that is still back west of the river, Mississippi River, not having to deal with any of that here in Middle Tennessee or Southern Kentucky. It is all dry for us right now, and it's cool, but not near as cold as what we have been over the past several mornings. Waking up in the single digits, some of those. 24 right now in Nashville, 22 Murfreesboro, 19 McMinnville, same goes for Columbia, 26. That's the current temperature up there in Clarksville. Later on today, if you have any outdoor plans, overall not terrible for you. Just be careful getting around for some of those icy spots that are still out there this morning. 44 at 2 o'clock, 43. That'll be your temperature at 4 o'clock. Mostly sunny to partly sunny as we go through today. I think we should warm up to about the mid 40s. And then by Wednesday and Thursday, I think then we could have temperatures going to the low and mid 60s. Also bringing a better chance for some showers, maybe a couple of thunderstorms too. As we head on into Saturday, we do drop down behind that front that moves through on Thursday. 54, that's the high for Saturday. A good, decent chance, 40% chance for some showers on Saturday. And then by Sunday, a chance for some isolated showers, mid 40s for us for the high on Sunday.
Steer clear traffic for you this morning. Let's get to the very latest happening with that vehicle fire on I-24 at I-840. As you make that drive into town there, we are dealing with the aftermath of that vehicle fire. Looks like things are starting to clear up here. At one point, we had 4 to 5 emergency vehicles here on the shoulder. Now we're down to, I believe, 1 or 2 here. The police department and the fire department there dealing with that. The best way to steer clear is going to be using Highway 41, which runs right alongside of the 24 area there as you make that drive in. This is about a mile behind the vehicle fire. You can see where the traffic has slowed down and it continues to get longer and longer. The drive time remains just under an hour. We'll continue to watch things. Well, coming up, the race for
there were 2. I'm Christine Frizzell with a look at the breaking news in the GOP presidential primary and how it may impact the state of the race.
And we want you to know exactly when the trash truck could come around again. This is in case the garbage is starting to pile up at your house.
.16 is the time right now. Fox 17 News showing you a live look of the sunrise. The sun is about to start peeking out. This is Metro Center. Now listen, today we do expect an increase in temperatures, so hopefully the ice is going to melt away, but then the showers come in throughout the rest of this week.
Well, that sure is a beautiful shot here to start our Monday morning, and I think all of us are looking forward to a bit of a return to normal. It's coming, folks. Just going to be a wet one as we get through the week. Hey, here we are just a couple of days ahead of the New Hampshire GOP primary, and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, in case you missed it last night, has now suspended his presidential campaign, and now the attacks between the remaining 2 candidates are getting a little sharper.
Right now, we're getting an update this Monday morning from Fox 17's Christine Frizzell.
I am today suspending my campaign.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis ending his bid to become the next president, throwing his support behind the last one, former President Donald Trump, who has for days now aimed his ire at Nikki Haley.
Nikki Haley is using radical Democrat money to fund the radical Democrat campaign operation that she's running.
The former South Carolina governor also getting personal.
If he goes and does these temper tantrums, if he's going and spending millions of dollars on TV, he's insecure. He knows that something's wrong.
Haley now making Trump's age a centerpiece of her campaign.
He claimed that Joe Biden was going to get us into World War II. I'm assuming he meant World War III. He said that he ran against President Obama. He never ran against President Obama. Don't be surprised if you have someone that's 80 in office. Their mental stability is going to continue to decline.
The latest CNN University of New Hampshire poll showing Trump widening his lead, now at 50% over Haley's 39%. The survey, of course, taken before DeSantis departed the race.
It's time for the Republican Party, frankly, to come together and to unify. We have to unify.
Trump trying to trim the 2-person race down to 1. Even the Washington Post predicting, barring a meteor strike, there's no realistic outcome to the nomination other than Trump appearing on the November ballot. Haley's supporters, meanwhile, arguing New Hampshire can still change the game.
That's the place where things happen that you don't expect to happen. Look at Bill Clinton, look at John McCain, and the fact that she's only down 11 with a lot of momentum, it's not going to look anything at all like Iowa.
And even before the votes are cast in New Hampshire, some are already looking ahead to South Carolina, Nikki Haley's home state, where she is also behind in the polls, with predictions that barring a big surprise on Tuesday, this nomination process could be wrapped up pretty quickly. I'm Christine Frizzell reporting.
All right, Christine, thank you so much. It is 6:19 right now. We have our meteorologist Brett Luna in this morning, filling in for Greg. Brett, always a joy to have you here in the mornings.
Always great to be here with y'all. I always love it.
So we were talking earlier about the snow, how, you know, a lot of it has melted. We got this ice left over. And I was asking Brett if he enjoyed the snow. He's got this cool Jeep.
Yes,
big
but that
4x4 with the big tires.
We have to say the Jeep does not have a heater.
The Jeep does not have a heater. And I had to pick somebody up the other day, and they said, "You probably don't have heated seats in here, do you?" I was like, "I don't even have regular heat." But I do have 4-wheel drive.
Oh my gosh.
But it looks cool.
Well, and it operates when I need it to.
There you go.
Anyways, it was a cold drive to work this morning. I had on a couple of jackets. But
oh my gosh.
It's all worth it in
the
my
cold's
opinion.
moving out anyways.
It is, and we're going to get warm. We're basically going right from winter to spring for this week. It is. We're going to get a lot warmer. I'll show you some of these temperatures here in just a little bit. Here's your live look over Broadway. Really not seeing much going on right now. It is a calm and quiet start for us on Broadway. 24 degrees. That's our current temperature right here. A little bit of cloud cover out there, but I think for the morning or for the rest of today, we keep it mostly sunny to partly sunny as we head throughout today. Most of the precip so back to the west of the Mississippi River. Not really seeing much of that moving right here in the middle Tennessee and southern Kentucky. Current temperatures are still cold, but not near as cold as what we've been dealing with over the past several mornings. Temperatures right now in the teens in 2017, Lebanon, 21 up in Columbia, now out of the teens, 24. That's the current temperature right here in Nashville. That rain chance does start to go up as we head on into Tuesday. I'm going to have to get through Future Track pretty quickly. I'm running out of time. But Tuesday, off and on showers possible. That same story can be said for Wednesday and for Thursday. And rainfall totals, I think we're looking at about 3 to 5 inches of rain from Tuesday through Thursday. Maybe a few thunderstorms Wednesday and Thursday. Highs on Wednesday and Thursday, they'll be in the low to mid 60s.
Zero clear traffic for you at 621. Quick look out here as we face with that vehicle fire on I-24 and I-840 as you make that drive in from Rutherford County. This is as you leave Murfreesboro going towards Smyrna. You can see where emergency responders are on the scene, and the backup from this is still going on, even though it's getting a little better. Traffic moving along a little faster here than what we saw a few moments ago. Let me show you that drive time we're talking about an hour now from Murfreesboro into Nashville. You can see where the slowdown is there on I-24 around I-840. You can take Highway 41 right back here as the best way to steer clear.
Justin, thank you so much. In your community, if your garbage, like a lot of us, is piled up because of last week's snow and ice, you're going to have to wait just a little bit longer to get rid of it.
At least in Nashville, because Metro Nashville Water Services is now changing their schedule this week. They are telling us through their Facebook post that trash and recycling collection will happen 1 day later than normal this week. So, for example, if your normal pickup day is today, that's not going to happen. Instead, the Monday pickup will happen Tuesday, and then everything will shift after that. Metro Water Services says they're doing this to, quote, ensure the safety of our staff and the community. By the way, I did check with Hendersonville, and Hendersonville trash pickup is going to resume again today.
Okay, well, coming up, a major win for Vols basketball. What it could mean for the team's future and their star player.
How are we feeling this morning? How's everybody doing?
Fired up.
We good?
Ready to go.
I know it's Monday, but I think a lot of us are trying to get a second wind and look at a new week in a different way. I know school's still closed for almost all of our districts, but I would expect that most, if not all of our districts should be back in by Monday. So let's hang on to those vibes. Everybody get back to their normal routines, and we've got you covered live and local as part of your morning routine through 9 a.m.
Let me help you with that. I'm good, man.
Welcome back to Fox 17 News this morning, 625. Let's talk some sports headlines.
All right.
Tennessee men's basketball riding a 3-game winning streak right now, and a big reason is they have a 5th-year senior by the name of Dalton Neck.
He has come out of nowhere, okay? So the guard has dropped at least 25 points in his last 4 games, and that includes the big win for the Vols as they overcame Alabama yesterday, who came in with the #1 ranked offense in the country. But that meant nothing there as you saw the dunks.
Wow.
High-flying action there for Alabama. Tennessee hands Alabama their first loss. 91-71, so 20 points.
Wow. Woo, the one-hand jam.
Looking good, okay? So the Vols getting their 4th straight win. Double to connect there with the 25 points in each game of those win streak there for the Vols.
That's fun to watch.
It is fun to watch. We'll see if it's still fun in March. That's when it counts.
That's true. Rick Barnes, though, right? Been around for a little while, putting some good stuff together.
Great coach. But let's see what happens later. Okay, let's get to the extended forecast. Let's not spend too much time over there.
It can be fun, though.
Yeah, it can be fun.
Listen, we could do a whole sports morning with Justin.
Oh, very easily. But, I'm doing that later today. 7-day forecast right now. Looking like some showers coming in on Tuesday and on Wednesday and on Thursday, okay?
Yeah, speaking of Thursday, I know if you look at your screen, that's where Brett has put up that little, thunder cloud with a bolt of lightning. We do have the chance of some thunderstorms. Crazy enough, I know, as it sounds.
Yeah.
We're going from ice and below 0 temperatures temperatures to thunderstorms, likely on Thursday. Brett's not telling us that it's anything code red worthy right now, so that's good, but we'll keep an eye on it for you.
Just glad it's getting warmer. That's the main message from that forecast. Let's get to your steer clear traffic this morning. We're still dealing with that vehicle fire that happened on I-24 near I-840 a little bit earlier in the morning. Crews remain on the scene, still slowing things down. I believe they just have one lane shut down now instead of two, so that's going to help the traffic move in. You want to take Highway 41, which runs right along I-24 in that area. Once you get to places like Nissan Drive around the Nissan plant, you can take that back over Almaville Road over towards I-24, continue on, but that's going to be your best bet for now. We do have another crash over in the West Nashville area. We're going to get into that coming up in a few.
Icy roads like these still cover parts of Nashville. I'll show you where that is and tell you when it's expected to clear, coming up in a little bit.
Save big on a new road.
Spill, where it would appear Metro water crews have now got a water main break repaired. No more gushing water, no more open holes in the street, but there are several mains that have broken this morning, so we'll monitor those. Live updates through 9.
Good news there, and a weather warm up to melt the ice away. That's good news, but then the rain chances roll in. What days you need to be weather aware for possible flooding?
Steer clear traffic takes us out to I-24 near 840. We are dealing with the aftermaths of a vehicle fire. We're going to tell you the best ways to steer clear.
And hey, if you are still in the what day is it club, maybe your parents whose kids are still home from school and you're just trying to get back in the routine. Today is Monday. It is January 22nd, and we're going to get through this together. I'm Jennifer Waddell.
And I'm Erica Glover. Yeah, bless the parents.
Yes.
They're so patient. We're going to talk about what's happening now, including how the freezing weather is causing some reports of water main breaks overnight across Nashville.
Right, and so this is a live look back on Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard in Nashville, where our Fox 17 photojournalist David McClure has been live all morning long. I want to show you the break that happened in the 400 block. You can see right by the WeGo station here. Now, earlier this morning, it was an absolute gusher. Take a look at the video here. This was just a couple of hours ago. A Metro worker on the scene told us that it was a line that was installed in 1935, and this line busted around midnight.
Wow, 1935. So you can imagine that we're going to see some water main breaks across the city from the same kind of dating back to that time period.
Yeah, the aging infrastructure of Nashville really rears its ugly head this time of year. We do want to show you the map right now as it pertains to active water main breaks across the mid-state. Now, this is not just Nashville. For example, if you look down toward Forest Hills, there's one just a little northeast of Forest Hills. We have another one up near Jolton, the Whites Creek area. So some of these might have already been repaired, but perhaps the surrounding area isn't fixed up quite yet, which means they're still technically active.
Yeah.
If you are struggling this morning, maybe you don't have water, make sure you report it to Metro Water Services or your local water department.
And we'll be sure to update you here on Fox 17 News this morning. Hey, the snow and single-digit temperatures hitting Nashville, causing a lot of problems. We know that. And one of them that still remains, we talked to you about this, the icy road conditions, causing folks to be stuck inside.
And they exist across every county in the mid-state. There's not any, area, especially with those back roads, that's not impacted. Right now we go to East Nashville with Fox 17 News reporter Karen Aguilar, who's live.
That's right, Jen and Erica. We have seen many areas impacted throughout Nashville, and I'm standing in one of them here in East Nashville, here on McEwen Avenue and Avondale Drive. Now, I want you to take a look at your screen at what me and my photojournalist Kevin saw driving down Avondale Avenue. You can see that we are driving extremely slow to avoid slipping as much as possible, and there, take a look. We just skid suddenly, almost hitting that rail. That was definitely a scary moment for us, but luckily we were able to regain control, and that's not what a lot of drivers did when they were facing the same conditions. We read on some Facebook posts, specifically one WeGo bus actually slid and hit a stop sign about a block down on 17th Street here on McEwen Avenue and just knocked that stop sign out. Again, that's just one of the many things that drivers face in these icy conditions. Now, I'm going to step out of the way so you can take a look at what they look like right now. There is still a thin sheet of layer of ice covering the ground. And if my photojournalist Kevin pans towards the right, you can see this steep hill on my right. It is still covered with snow, just to show you that these roads have been left untreated by NDOT. Now, we still have a lot of questions. We've been covering this for over a week now. Why are some of the roads left untreated? That is affecting so many people. We've seen them fall. We've seen cars slide. And so Courtney Stone with the National Department of Transportation tells us that they are waiting for the temperatures to rise before they can get to streets like this. So if you can avoid areas like Avondale Drive and McEwen Avenue, please do. Reporting live in East Nashville, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Karen, thank you. Brett, I'm curious, are we going to have some sunshine today to help with that situation?
Oh, yeah, I think we're going to see plenty of sunshine. It'll at least kind of get things going a little bit with that melt today. And then I think the best of it is going to come as we head on into Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Temperatures are going to warm to the 50s and 60s. I'll have more on that here in a second. Here's your live look over Broadway, though. A pretty calm and quiet start to the morning, 6:35, the current time right now. 24 degrees right here in Nashville. We do have some clouds out. I think those are going to keep on moving out, mostly sunny to partly sunny as we head through the rest of today. Still some precip out west of the Mississippi River. This is a radar loop from over the past 3 hours. We are dry here in Middle Tennessee and southern Kentucky. Not seeing any falling precip right now. Temperatures in the teens and 20s, 24 right here in Nashville. Some spots, though, only in the teens. We are going to warm up nicely, though, later on today. Still a little bit below normal, but so much warmer than what we've seen lately. 46 the high today. We're back to the lower 50s Tuesday. Low to mid 60s Wednesday and Thursday, and then a good chance for showers Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Steer clear traffic for you this morning. Let's get out to I-24 at I-840 as you make that drive in from the Murfreesboro area into Smyrna through Rutherford County. We're dealing with the aftermath of a vehicle fire. TDOT is there on the scene. The fire department looks like they've come and gone, but it's still causing a minor slowdown there. The best way to steer clear at this particular moment is using Highway 41 right back here. That'll get you past a lot of the congestion until you reach up around Almaville Road. That's going to be your best bet to steer clear. We were dealing with the closure, and we still got it right here of one lane. This is going to be on Briley Parkway, very close to White Bridge Road over in West Nashville. Keep in mind, they're still struggling with some patches of ice in this area, so watch out for that. No crashes to tell you about as far as we know here. This is just a closure until TDOT can get there to properly treat the road.
International headlines coming up. An Israeli strike hit Lebanon, killing 2 people. We're going to tell you who Lebanese media say was impacted.
Would cash keep kids in school? Leaders in one state hope so. We'll detail their latest proposal.
You caught my attention. And Fox 17 News this morning talking about pothole season right here in the mid-state. This year, we know this could be very bad. We're taking a look at the bumps in your Nashville area and what you can do about this coming up in your 7 o'clock hour.
And we are off to a fairly quiet start this morning, not seeing any new falling, any sort of rain or snow, but a lot of that is still out on some of the roads, even very slick roads, depending on where you're at, especially some of those side streets. Right now, though, no new falling at precip. Most of that is still back west of the Mississippi River. Our current temperatures, they're not great, but they're a whole lot better than what we have been dealing with lately. Right now, we're in the teens and 20s, 24 right here in Nashville, 28 Tullahoma, Murfreesboro coming in a little bit lower, 22. That's the current temperature down in Murfreesboro. As we go through the rest of today, though, I think it is going to warm up pretty nicely. A little bit below normal for this time of year, but we'll be in the lower 40s by noon. We're going to keep it in the lower 40s by 5 o'clock, too. I think we top out about 46 this afternoon. Here's Saturday for you. 54 Saturday, Sunday 46. There will be a better chance for showers on Saturday. As of right now, Sunday, we're looking at about a 20% chance for showers or so. Mostly cloudy, even though the temperatures are going to be lower, still so much warmer than what we had last week.
All right, steer clear traffic for you this morning. We continue to follow that vehicle fire here at I-24 at I-840, shutting down at least one lane as you make that drive in from Rutherford County there. Again, you want to use Highway 41 as the best way to steer clear if you're just getting up and about this morning. The other thing we've been following is this over on the west side of Nashville. This is going to be Briley Parkway at White Bridge Road. We have got one lane shut down here, and it looks like it's because of some icy conditions. Also looks like we've just picked up a crash there on the shoulder there right behind it. So we'll see what's going on with that. Overall, though, it's going to be a bit of a slowdown as you make your way through the west side.
6:41 is the time right now, getting you updated on some world headlines this morning. We go to Lebanon, where Lebanese media reports an Israeli airstrike has killed at least 2 people. That strike reportedly killing a Hezbollah member in one car, and then a woman in another car that was hit died of her injuries hours later.
Now, Lebanese health officials say that several other people were also wounded in this attack. The Israeli military did not comment on the strike.
Okay, I asked just a moment ago, could cash keep kids in school?
Maybe.
Cash payments.
Yes.
There are some legislators here in the U.S., in the state of Ohio, who want to incentivize children to stay in school and then graduate, and they are proposing to do this by giving out cash payments.
Yeah, call it NIL for,
just to go to school.
The lower grades there. Now, 2 Cincinnati legislators say they want to pass the bill that would allow a pilot program to take place that would make cash transfers to select kindergarten through 9th graders for high attendance rates.
Select kids. I'd like to know what that means.
Well,
how do they
select
choose?
Schools.
How do they choose?
Well, lawmakers want to have a graduation as well as a GPA incentive pilot program, and it would pay anywhere between $250 to $750 to students in not just select students, Jen, but select schools during the 2024-2025 academic year. Now, the bill is currently being reviewed by a House committee. Again, this is in Ohio, not the United States. So we'll see what those lawmakers decide to do there in Columbus.
Ah, man, I don't know. I just, as a parent, right? Like, and I've got 2 kids in school.
Sure.
It seems like a slippery slope.
Well, how do you pay one and not everybody? Is going to be the question with this.
Right, yeah, how do you determine? Okay, all right, we'll let you know whether that actually gets anywhere. And still to come, we have lawmakers around the country sounding the alarm about certain dietary supplements, the ones on your screen right here, why they say they're so addictive and are now involved in bans.
And while the Mid-State is warming up for now, the danger of extreme cold still remains for the rest of the winter. We're going to tell you what to do if and when those freezing temperatures return.
The Fox 7.
Welcome back to Fox 17 News this morning. We do have a health alert for something that leaders have called gas station heroin. These are supplements sold at a lot of gas station type places, and they're now about to get a close examination by regulatory agencies.
Lawmakers are now pushing for the review of certain supplements that are often sold at convenience stores and online. So take a look on your screen here. The supplement pills under brand names like Tianin and Zaza contain an ingredient called tianeptine. Well, tianeptine has been linked to side effects like seizures, nausea, chills, and even fatal overdoses. The convenience store supplements are often used for help with brain function, anxiety, and depression, but a review published by the National Institutes of Health revealing that the supplement was similar to heroin due to its pain-relieving and addictive effects. This is serious.
It is serious, and they even went further to say that these supplements don't do what they claim to do. Some states, as a result, have now put bans in place on tianeptine while they wait for the FDA to re-examine this supplement.
We're also talking about weather this morning. Snow, rain, and extremely cold temperatures have killed dozens of people across the country, including right here in Tennessee.
Yeah, medical experts talking about ways to keep your family and your pets safe when the frigid weather sets in. Because I know this week is going to feel like spring here in the Mid-State, but don't let that fool you. We are still in the grips of winter. Fox News' Ted Lindner explains.
Extreme cold keeps lashing much of the country with a frigid vengeance.
Oh, it's cold. It's cold.
So far, this month's winter storms have killed dozens of people across the U.S. Snow, rain, and below freezing temperatures all posing hazards to our health.
You can have
frost nip, frostbite, hypothermia. Our brain can become affected where we get confused all the way to becoming unresponsive in some states. We also are no longer able to do fine coordination with our fingers, and our gross motor skills are affected.
And while it's critical to wear a thick winter jacket and cover exposed skin with a hat and gloves when heading outside, Dr. Nicole McAllister of The Ohio State University says staying safe from the cold starts inside your home.
So this involves eating the correct amount of calories and hydration so that your body's metabolism can function the way it's supposed to and protect you against the cold weather.
Meantime, animal lovers also need to be mindful about their pets' well-being this season.
When the temperature gets below 20 degrees, really all pets should come inside.
Dog owners should avoid walking their pets on sidewalks covered in rock salt, which can crack and burn their paws. And when it comes to cats,
cats that are outside, they like to stay warm too, and unfortunately they like warm car engines. So if your car's outside and you're getting ready to go out for the day, make sure you kind of pound on that hood a little bit so that any critter that might be up in there jumps out.
Ted Lindner, Fox News.
We especially appreciated the line that talked about eating correctly.
More calories, I'm all about it.
More calories. I followed that rule last week.
We were saying we feel like we've all been eating more the last week, just cooped up and maybe boredom eating or stress eating.
My mom making homemade banana nut bread and everything.
You got it made. That
Your
sounds
mama
great.
fed me for a couple of days too.
Hey, I mean, I got to go to the gym this week.
Thank you, Mimi. You kept me going. All right, Brett.
I got some good news.
Digress. I guess we'll talk about the weather.
We're going to warm up finally. So we're done with the cold, at least for now. And I think we're going to get temperatures back to the 60s. So we're going to look at all this here in just a second. I'll show you some of the warmest days. Right now, though, we're going to start out with a live look over Broadway. Not a whole lot going on. It is a pretty calm and quiet start to the morning on Broadway. Time right now, 6:50 with a current temperature of 24. And this is still so much better than what we have been doing lately. We've been waking up to single-digit temperatures across Middle Tennessee and Southern Kentucky some of these more recent mornings. Right now, the precip is still back west of the Mississippi River. Not really seeing much of that right here in our area. We are still pretty dry. Current temperatures are in the teens and 20s. 24 right here in Nashville. We have a 22 in Murfreesboro, 27. That's the current temperature over there in McMinnville. Future tracks still showing that rain chance starting to increase as we head on into tomorrow. This is 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. More showers continue to slide through. This is going to be off and on activity as we head through Tuesday on into Wednesday. Pockets of moderate to heavy rainfall even going to be likely for us for Tuesday or Wednesday into Thursday as well. But that rain chance just sticks with us off and on, basically from Tuesday through Thursday. May see a few thunderstorms try to develop on Wednesday and Thursday. As of right now, though, not looking at any severe activity across Middle Tennessee or Southern Kentucky. As far as rainfall amounts go, I think we're going to get some good rainfall with this, 3 to 5 inches depending on where you're at. As we head from Tuesday through Thursday, might be looking at a few flooding concerns later on in the week, but I think most areas should be able to handle this pretty well because we are already in drought, and also the lake levels, the river levels are kind of low right now, so they should be able to handle at least most of this. We're in the low to mid 60s Wednesday and Thursday, and then a little bit cooler as we head on into the weekend, but still mid 50s, mid 40s for Saturday and Sunday.
Weather Window, presented by the National Weather Desk.
A tough drive to New Buffalo, Michigan, near Lake Michigan last week in the throes of heavy snow that covered the area. And when life gives you snow and ice, turn it into an ice skating rink. That's what this boy did in North Alabama, skating every day while the roads remained icy. Or you can make drumsticks in 10-degree weather out of frozen socks.
For more content like this, like the National Weather Desk on Facebook.
Getting creative out there. All right, thank you so much for that. Let's talk about steer clear traffic as you make that drive into town. There's an ambulance leaving the scene here on I-24 at 840. This is the leftovers of a vehicle fire now we've been following for the last over an hour here, about an hour and a half. This is as you make your way out of Murfreesboro towards the city of Smyrna. The best way to steer clear is going to be using Highway 41. That's it right over here. That'll run you right past, and then you can get towards the city of Smyrna, jump back on near Almaville, and that will take you the rest of the way. But the backup here running back towards the city of Murfreesboro. So please just know it's going to take you about an hour and 10 minutes this morning to get from Murfreesboro into downtown Nashville. There are other things happening. We're going to take you there in a few.
We're talking about sports, though. An in-state rivalry matchup yesterday as the Lady Vols hosted the Commodores over at Thompson Bowling Arena.
All right, let's go to Thompson Bowling now. Vandy has only beaten the Lady Vols one time, and that was back in 2019. So this game was back and forth from the start. Doors keeping it close, but the Lady Vols holding on to the end. Tennessee would win 73-64, marking head coach Kelly Harper's 100th win as head coach.
I think we've shown a lot of toughness. This game in particular, man, I'm telling you, both teams were fighting their hearts out. That was a tough played game, tough game to get, and it was a great win for us. But I think for our team, they right now are just kind of figuring it out, finding ways to get stops, finding ways to get a bucket, and closing out games.
The Lady Vols will now get ready to go ahead and face Ole Miss, while the Doors will travel to face number 1, South Carolina.
Well, still to come here on Fox 17 News this morning as we get into our 7 o'clock hour. An odd offer from zoos across the country. Why they're letting people pay to name their roaches. Oh,
Nope.
Look at that sweet gift right there.
Stop it.
Oh,
wow. I gotta go.
Toyota Camry has been America's
And we are starting out pretty nicely here in Nashville this morning. All of Middle Tennessee, Southern Kentucky not doing too bad. A little cool, but not near as cold as what we have had to deal with recently. I think we warm up a little bit nicer today too. 46 degrees, our afternoon high temperature. 49 is the normal high, but when we've had temperatures, high temperatures held to the teens a couple of these days in the past, can't really complain about the mid 40s. Wednesday and Thursday, much warmer, low to mid 60s. 62 on Wednesday, 64 on Thursday. We do drop down a little bit behind the front, and Friday a little cooler, upper 50s, then mid 50s on Saturday, mid 40s Sunday and Monday, but overall a good warm up for us for the middle part of the week. We also bring in a chance for some showers, a few thunderstorms possible too. This is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, looking at good chances of rain each day. That's going to be off and on throughout the day. And then as far as your temperature outlook goes, January 29th through February 4th, warmer than normal.
Steer clear traffic for you. Let's jump out to I-24 at 840. We continue to follow the leftovers of that vehicle fire that is there on the shoulder of the road as you make your way out of Murfreesboro towards Smyrna. It's going to be right there on the shoulder as you approach 840. The backup is stretching back for several miles here at this point. You want to take Highway 41 as the best bet to steer clear. The good news is there's far less responders than were here a few moments ago. We have picked up a new crash. This is coming in from the Hermitage area. This is I-40 close to Stewart's Ferry Pike. Ambulance on the scene of that crash as they have shut down one lane as you get by Lebanon Pike's could be your best bet to steer clear from here.
Justin, thank you. Well, take a look at this. Some zoos know love is, well, crawling out there all around us, just waiting for a pet name, so to speak. Yes.
Thanks to the... Do you hear that noise in here?
I do.
It sounds like an animal. Is that... Are y'all hearing that?
That thing's been going for months.
Okay, it's not the roach. It's not roaches in here, but hey, if you have a thing, for these little critters, or hey, listen, maybe you just really dislike somebody, and you've ever thought, you know what, I'm gonna find a roach and I'm gonna name it after that particular somebody. Well, you can do that at the Bronx Zoo. You can pay, actually, to share your certain somebody's name with a Madagascar hissing roach. You could also buy roach socks. What? You could buy stuffed roaches, as in like little stuffed animals. Now, at the San Antonio Zoo, the Cry Me a Cockroach fundraiser lets jilted exes strike back by naming a roach that eventually an animal at the zoo will eat. Man, that's is that a little harsh?
It is a little harsh to me.
Well,
let's go to a totally different topic.
Let's do it.
The Buffalo Bills may have lost yesterday's game against the Kansas City Chiefs, but at least they got to try some new delicious snacks. The team's food service partner at the stadium unveiling specialty items for the divisional roundup matchup. A couple of the items, though, inspired by, of course, Taylor Swift.
Huh.
Yes.
They had Bad Blood waffle fries and the Karma quesadilla. The Chiefs ended up winning the game 27-24 was the final last night, sending the Chiefs to the Ravens Sunday in the championship matchup. So maybe they are thinking twice this morning about doing that. Was that bad karma for them?
They're eating up this Taylor Swift thing. Stay with us. 7 o'clock hour starts right now.
You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
Right now on Fox 17 News This Morning, dangerous road conditions continue to plague some parts of the mid-state. We're hearing from so many of you, our neighbors, in some of the worst areas.
We are seeing a lot of potholes just like that one, still not patched up after the winter storm. In a few minutes, I'll have more details on that.
And we are finally going to warm up as we head through this week. Also bringing a rain chance. We'll talk about how warm we get, also how long the rain sticks around and how much rain we pick up in just a bit.
Steer clear traffic on the Hermitage side of town, the east side. That's I-40 Stewart's Ferry Pike. A slight slowdown. We'll tell you the best ways to steer clear.
Thank you so much for waking up with us here on Fox 17 News this Monday morning. I'm Erica Glover.
And I'm Jennifer Waddell. We are your live local news team, always here for you through 9 a.m. And we're going to get through the remnants of this winter storm together. We have continuing coverage now. And boy, I tell you what, the road crews have been hard at work. But unfortunately, this winter storm has claimed the lives of 27 people statewide, and 6 of those deaths reported right here in the mid-state.
The State Emergency Operations Center right here in Nashville does remain at a level 4. It's elevated to go ahead and support local requests for help, and we know those requests are still flowing in.
They are. Right now, we have roads across the mid-state that are still under several inches of ice this morning in some spots. We've had lots of accidents. We've even had first responders get stuck in some of these icy back roads. And one of those areas is East Nashville, where the woman you see here tells us that late Friday night, somebody totaled her car on the icy roads. She says her husband's car also got sideswiped. And she goes on to tell us that her neighborhood has reported the dangers of this intersection in East Nashville. We're talking Ramsey Street and 9th Street. They've reported it multiple times, but they say so far nothing's been done.
We have seen no evidence of trucks. There's been no actual removal of snow or ice, and we haven't seen any salt. So it's been pretty disappointing.
NDOT says conditions on side streets will not improve until temperatures increase significantly. They also say their crews continued working overnight to clear neighborhood streets and responded to those emergency calls. We are asking, though, over on our social media platform X, we want to know how the roads are near you. We have a Twitter poll right now. As of right now, 45.7% of you all say the roads near your house are somewhat icy. There's still plenty of time to go ahead and cast your vote. Let us know what's happening in your neighborhood. That does include sharing those photos of your block over on fox17.com, the Chime In tab.
Well, and we have more of that coverage coming up in moments with our meteorologist, Brett Luna. He's got some brand new pictures in this morning, and we've got you covered when it comes to the potholes, because every winter right about this time after we get that first storm is when they really start to rear their ugly faces out there on our commute. Potholes are already an issue.
Our Fox 17 News reporter Karen Aguilar joining us live from I-40 with more on what to look out for. Karen, you're on Pothole Patrol. Good morning.
Good morning, Jen and Erica. Well, the extended winter snap may be over, but as you mentioned, Nashvillians are still seeing potholes. That's an issue that we've seen in the past after winter weather like we've seen. But I want to show you what some of those potholes look like. I'm here on 14th Avenue and Broadway. If Kevin can just zoom in on that deep pothole where that kind of beige car is driving through, you can see that it is definitely an issue. And take a look at all those cars just zooming through it, which I've mentioned before could cause damage to your car. We're also seeing a lot of potholes on I-40. A man on Facebook posted that he passed down that same interstate I-40 and saw 4 stranded cars just yesterday because of the potholes. Tim Ruffin, the store manager of Brentwood Firestone, tells us more about the damage these potholes can do to your car.
Generally, the damage that we see is bent front end parts, separation in tires, and also blowouts in tires, and also bent and unrepairable wheels.
The TDOT spokesperson last told me that they were dealing with weather-related issues first before they got to those potholes. But as you can see, these potholes have still not been patched up, giving drivers a hard time, potentially damaging their car. So I reached out to the spokesperson again for an update, and we're waiting to hear back. Reporting live in Nashville, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
And I want to start this out with a couple of viewer photos. Karen out there covering potholes right now, but a little bit ago in the earlier show, she was here in Davidson County covering some of those roads that are still very icy. Well, Katie sent us these photos this morning. This comes from Robertson County, and if you look closely, you can just see that sheen on these roads, that glaze of ice. This is in Robertson County. That first picture, that is Dividing Ridge Road, if you're familiar with that area. And the second picture right here, that is what Greer Road looks like. And these pictures are both coming in from this morning. So what you're seeing right there is what it looks like right now. Here on Broadway, calm though, 27 degrees. Still a little bit of cloud cover out there. I think as we go through the rest of the day, mostly sunny to partly sunny skies. Overall, nothing to worry about for today. Showing you the 7-day forecast really quickly. We are going to warm up nicely. High temperatures Wednesday, Thursday. We're going to get to the low and mid 60s.
Clear traffic for you this morning. Let's get out to I-24 at 840 as you make that drive in from the Murfreesboro area, Murfreesboro into Smyrna. That's where the slowdown is because of the accident there on the shoulder. This was a vehicle fire that happened earlier in the morning, slowing things down. Back behind it here right now, that drive time is just about an hour from Murfreesboro into downtown. This will cost you an extra 10 minutes right about here as you approach 840. You want to take Highway 41 as the best bet to steer clear. In the meantime, north of town, you recognize this? I know I do. This is 24 and 65, looking relatively normal as people get out and about on a Monday morning.
Well, happening tonight, the Metro Nashville Police Department is holding another community meeting as they decide where to place their new license plate readers.
Yeah, this after their what they called a very successful pilot program ended, and they got the approval to install these cameras permanently. So tonight's meeting is for the Midtown Hills precinct. Metro Nashville Police working with community members to develop a plan for these license plate reader cameras that they hope will enhance safety throughout Davidson County. Tonight's meeting for that Midtown Hills district starts at 4:30 in the Midtown Hills precinct on 12th Avenue South.
But just ahead, the debate over signage continuing in the Mount Juliet area. Why a business says a crackdown could impact their revenue. Stay with us. Happy Monday.
$7:10 is the time here for you on this Monday morning. Recently, the city of Mount Juliet had a massive debate about signage. We're talking about things like yard signs and banners. They want to limit exactly how many there can be and how long they can be up. They say the signs don't look very good, and at times there's just way too many of them around town. But when the local business community came to push back against the idea, the city leaders took pause, quite literally.
Also, currently for temporary events, you can place your signage out for 30 days in advance of the event, and the new proposal says only 7 days in advance of the event. So this new sign ordinance is going to impact my small business and the customers and the vendors and the traffic that sees that signage on my property.
We're on a sign ordinance. Is there a second? I haven't heard a second. You got, is that a second? Okay. Is there no second on the ordinance? And if you're in the audience wondering what happened, it didn't get a second, so it won't be read. The ordinance fails. The existing ordinance stays in place. No changes, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
So after all that, they couldn't even get a second. It's unknown whether or not city leaders will try to make any changes again.
A calm and quiet start for us here across Middle Tennessee. Really not seeing a whole lot going on right now. This is a current radar image. Not showing much activity across Middle Tennessee or southern Kentucky. Most of this precip is still back west of the Mississippi River, so we're not going to have to deal with really any of that for today. For tomorrow, our rain chance does increase, and it's going to continue to stay fairly high as we head on into Wednesday and Thursday too. Current temperatures right now, teens and 20s. 22 Murfreesboro, 27 in Nashville. We're at 28 right there in Dickson. Clarksville coming in at 27 degrees right now. If you have any plans later on this afternoon, the temperature is going to finally start to warm up a little bit better for us. We're going to get to the 40s this afternoon. 41 at noon, 44 your temperature by 2 o'clock, and then by 4, I think we're going to see temperatures in the lower 40s. Highs today should be around 46. Wednesday and Thursday, I think we're going to get really warm. Temperatures in the low to mid 60s. We cool off a little bit for the weekend behind a front that moves through Thursday. 54 Saturday, 46. Our high temperature on a Sunday. A better chance for showers on a Saturday. A 20% chance for some rain showers continues into Sunday.
Steer clear traffic for you this morning at 7:12. Let's take a quick look out here at I-24 at I-840. As you make that drive into town, we have got a vehicle fire right over here on the shoulder of the road. That is TDOT on the shoulder. They're dealing with the aftermath of that. I imagine they're waiting on a tow truck at this point. But in the meantime, it is slowing things down just slightly. You can take Highway 41 right back here is the best way to steer clear. But other than that, we're doing okay, just okay on the interstates. Well, bone-chilling temperatures continue across parts of the U.S. We're going to tell you about some strategies that could help you keep yourself as well as your pets safe as the winter continues on.
Change is never easy.
New this Monday morning on Fox 17 News, the Henry County Sheriff's Office says no one was hurt when this small plane crashed near Highway 69. It happened last night. They also tell us it happened just after 6:15.
All right, here's what we know so far. The sheriff's office telling us the plane lost engine power, was trying to land when it hit a fence and flipped over. And so that's the result that we're seeing here on our screen right now. We understand the pilot and a passenger managed to walk away with no injuries, which is a miracle here. The FAA, we understand, is investigating this morning.
Well, so far this month's winter storms have killed dozens of people across the country, and we now know 27 people have died here in Tennessee.
Yeah, when we look at the breakdown, we know that the combination of snow, rain, freezing rain, well below zero temperatures, all posing hazards to our health. And while it is critical to do the things to keep yourself warm, especially when we get cold snaps like we've had. There are also things that you need to do to make sure you keep not just yourself, but your property safe. Medical experts say staying safe from those frigid temperatures starts inside your home.
This involves eating the correct amount of calories and hydration so that your body's metabolism can function the way it's supposed to and protect you against the cold weather.
Good advice there. Meanwhile, animal lovers also need to be mindful about their pets' well-being this season. Dog owners should avoid walking their pets on sidewalks covered in rock salt. That can crack and actually burn their paws. That's not good. And then smaller animals like cats like the warmth of your car engine. So you may want to go ahead and just bang on the hood before starting your car to make sure any animal hiding inside goes ahead and jumps out.
Good advice. If you ever see somebody walking around and they give the old, kick to the hood there.
They're checking for a kitty cat.
They are.
I have never checked. Maybe I should start doing that.
You should. That happened to one of my friends one time.
If you park outside.
Yeah.
For sure. Worth doing this time of year.
Well, hey, finally some good news in the forecast. I'm done with the cold weather. I'm over it. We're finally going to start to warm up as we go through this week. We're going to have highs. It's going to feel like it's springtime once we hit Wednesday and Thursday. Temperatures are going to be back to the 60s for us. Here's your live look over Broadway. It is a chilly start this morning, but honestly, not near as bad as what we have been dealing with lately. We've had some of these mornings with temperatures starting out in the single digits. Right now, though, we are in the double digits. 27 degrees. We're pushing close to freezing already. We're going to go above the freezing point later on this afternoon. I think we'll finally get highs into the 40s. All the precip still back west of here, dry across Middle Tennessee and Southern Kentucky. Chilly for a lot of areas. Most spots this morning, you're waking up to the teens and 20s right now. I want to show you this rain chance, though. though. Today, I think we stay dry. This is Tuesday morning. Showers start to move into our western counties. Off and on showers are going to be possible for us on Tuesday. Once we head on into Wednesday morning, too, it's just more of the same. Off and on showers possible, maybe a couple of thunderstorms as well. We will see pockets of moderate to heavy rainfall once we go through Wednesday. This is early Thursday morning at midnight right here. Off and on showers will continue, and that's basically just the point I'm trying to make. This is just going to be off and on activity throughout Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, leaving us with good rainfall totals. I think we could pick up about 3 to 5 inches of rain with this round of storms that's going to be moving in. 3 to 5 inches possible across parts of Middle Tennessee, maybe slightly lower amounts up there in southern Kentucky. I think the highest rainfall amounts right here are going to be in our south central counties in Middle Tennessee. Temperatures later on today warming up very nicely. Lower 40s by noon, lower 40s by 5 o'clock too. Mostly sunny to partly sunny skies as we head through the rest of the day, but then that big warm up starts on Tuesday. Lower 50s, then we're back to the lower 60s on Wednesday, 62 the high, 64 on Thursday. 80% chance for showers Tuesday and Wednesday. A good rain chance. Thursday we could see a few thunderstorms into the mix as well.
Steer clear traffic out there for you this morning. Let's get a good look here at I-24 and I-840 as you make that drive into town. We're dealing with the aftermath of a vehicle fire still, waiting on a tow truck to come tow away the remainders of this. We saw an ambulance leave the scene earlier. Unsure if anybody was on it, but just know you're going to need an extra 10 to 15 minutes to get past it. Let me show you the overall drive times right now. Not looking too bad. 33 minutes in from Franklin, 57 in from Murfreesboro, 30 minutes in from Hendersonville. All these times could tick up as the morning goes on, but right now it's not too bad. This is 40 in from Hermitage near Central Pike. No big problems in this area other than some slight slowdowns because of congestion.
Justin, thank you. Just ahead, time to talk legacy. What the history books will say about Titans star running back Derrick Henry.
Fox 17 News Code.
The first big agenda items they will have is deciding the future of Derrick Henry.
So much up in the air right now with the two-tone blue. The Titan star running back, of course, Derrick Henry, does become a free agent in the spring, which will be here before we know it. Fox 17 Sports Director Jill Jelnick has more on King Henry's reign in Nashville.
8 years later, and we could be seeing the end of King Henry's reign.
It's been a great 8 years. I've grown. A lot has happened.
Derrick Henry's contract is up after this season, marking the very first time he has ever been a free agent.
I got tagged the first time I was supposed to be, and then, was able to negotiate something after that. But, I don't know what it's like. Just going to enjoy the time, talk to guys around the league who've experienced this before, get some advice, talk to my team, and then go from there.
For the last 8 seasons, Henry has not only been the workhorse of the Titans offense, but also the face of the franchise. Henry has piled up 5,000-yard seasons with the two-tone blue and won back-to-back rushing crowns in 2019 and 2020. Henry's 90 career rushing touchdowns are also tops in franchise history, and his 9,502 total rushing yards is the second most behind Eddie George. There's a good chance that the team's season finale against the Jaguars was Henry's final outing in a Titans uniform, and if that's the case, he went out on a high note. The 30-year-old carried 19 times for 153 yards and a touchdown in the 28-20 win. And afterwards, he shared a special moment with Titan fans.
Titan fans, thank you for the greatest 8 years of my life, the ups and the downs. Y'all been there for everything, through the adversity, watching me grow as a person and a player, always supporting me.
Henry made it clear that he would love to stay with the Tennessee Titans, but he also acknowledged that at the end of the day, it's a business.
I want to bring a Super Bowl here really bad. That's one of my main goals. No matter how I do during the season, just want to bring one here. And who knows what'll happen. But at the end of the day, any player want to play for the organization their whole career.
I had a really good conversation with Derrick yesterday. On the way out, and we had our conversation, which I'll keep between he and I, but, the doors never close.
Whether or not Henry returns for another season, we will have to wait and see. But one thing remains clear. the impact of the king's reign will always be remembered.
If you consider me as one of the greats, I appreciate it, but I just feel like it's still a lot for me to do to be considered with those. But it's been humbling. God's certainly been good to me throughout my career. It never goes the way you want it to, but I feel like he always comes at the right time when you need him. So just thankful for everything.
Jill Jelnick, Fox 17 Sports, your Code Red station.
We're finally going to start to see a warm-up today that is going to help melt things a little bit, at least today. I think the best melting, though, is going to come into play Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We're really going to start to warm up, also bringing a chance for some rain, too. 46 today, no rain in the forecast for us today. Average high temperature, 49 degrees. So we are going to be a little bit below normal, but even so much warmer than what we've had to deal with over the past several days. And here's that warm-up I'm talking about. Low to mid-60s for us Wednesday and Thursday, 62 Wednesday, 64 Thursday. As we head on towards the weekend, behind a front, it is going to start to drop down a little bit. By Saturday, we're in the mid-50s, mid-40s for us on a Sunday. That rain chance is also going to go up after today. 80% chance for showers Tuesday, Wednesday, 90% chance on Thursday. May see a couple of storms on Wednesday and Thursday. Right now, Friday looking a little bit drier.
Steer clear traffic for you this morning at 7:27. Quick look here at I-24 near 840. I've been watching the aftermath of this vehicle fire over the last couple of hours here. Really gotten it down to just one lane here. Some minor delays making your drive out of Rutherford County there towards Smyrna, towards Laverne. Slight slowdowns there. You want to take Highway 41 to steer clear. Other than that, we're doing okay. This is 65 on the north side near Trinity Lane. Typical slowdown starting to develop here, but nothing like we'll see tomorrow when we believe school could be back in session.
It's been several days since the end of the winter snap, but yet we're still seeing a lot of potholes around Nashville. At around 7:32, I'll have where they are and more details on that.
You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
Good morning. Welcome into Fox 17 News This Morning at 7:30. Right now, we are back on Pothole Patrol, helping you to steer clear of some of the worst spots in the mid-state. Because yes, as the temperatures go up, so does the number of potholes on our area roads.
And here is a live look. Still seeing some clouds out there right now. I think for today we are going to be mostly sunny to partly sunny. A lot warmer as we head on throughout the week. Also a chance for some showers. We'll break it all down and show you how much rain you can expect in just a bit.
Slight slowdowns on I-24 near 840. This is in the Smyrna area. We're going to tell you the best ways to steer clear from here.
I want to start, though, by thanking you for waking up with us here on a Monday morning. For Fox 17 News, I'm Erica Glover.
And I'm Jennifer Waddell. We are your live local news team that's always got you covered live through 9. And we start right now with Pothole Patrol. This is a segment that you'll see regularly on Fox 17 News This Morning, especially this time of year. It is such a problem here in the mid-state. We have people with thousands of dollars of damage to their cars when they hit some of these craters that open up in the interstates here this time of year.
Fox 17 News' Karen Aguilar is joining us live with more on what she's seeing right here this Monday morning. Karen, where are you right now?
Well, I'm actually on 14th Avenue and Broadway, and I'm actually going to step out of the way to show you the potholes that I've counted. You can see that there's 3 there. If my photojournalist Kevin pans to the first one, you can see that it's pretty deep, and there are cars that have been zooming past there. There's also, excuse this ambulance here. If Kevin just zooms in upward towards the right there, if you just zoom in a little bit more, Kevin, you can see those 2 potholes right there. Those are not as deep, but it could still cause damage to your car. You just saw how that car kind of went inward towards those potholes. And if you zoom in right there, Kevin, just zoom in, go downwards, go a little bit downwards, Kevin. There you go. You can see that that is a pothole that's about to form. And Jen, as you mentioned, when the temperatures rise, that is when potholes are more likely to form. Now, Tim Ruffin, the store manager with Brentwood Firestone, gives us some tips on how you can limit the damage on your car from potholes like a flat tire or misalignment. Take a listen.
Some precautionary measures that can be taken when approaching potholes. One, keep your eyes on the road and ahead of you. Also, you want to slow down if you know that you're coming up to a pothole, and also give yourself distance between you and the next vehicle. A lot of times you can tell by how a vehicle in front of you hits a pothole by being able to gauge if it's a pretty big one or not.
And that's not what we're seeing here. We're seeing a ton of cars. Just this one's kind of going slowly, but they're literally going over the potholes, which, as I mentioned, can cause extensive damage to your car. Now, I reached out to the TDOT spokesperson Friday. I reached out to her again this morning, asking when we plan to see those potholes patched. And we haven't heard back yet as to an update because it's already been several days. Reporting live in Nashville, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
A big issue. Karen, thank you so much. Right now here on Fox 17 News this morning, we're talking about how Governor Bill Lee says he will deliver his 6th State of the State address to the General Assembly and Tennesseans on the 5th of February. So he's giving us a date now. He is set to deliver the address from the House chamber of our state capitol. The address will be aired statewide. It's set to begin at 6 o'clock that evening. Of course, here on Fox 17 News, we'll have full coverage on air and on all of our Fox 17 News social media platforms. Right now, though, we're checking in with Brett Luna. Good morning.
Good morning to you, Erica. And y'all were just seeing Karen reporting on the potholes now, but if you caught any of the earlier shows, she was showing you some of those icy roads that some people are still having to deal with around parts of Davidson County. But this is over here in Robertson County. Katie sent this in to us this morning. And this is the first picture is Dividing Ridge Road. And you can still see this morning that sheen of light coming off of the roadway. This is Greer Road, also in Robertson County, if you're familiar with those areas. But there's still a lot of these side streets that are still looking like that right there. So both of these pictures were taken this morning, so they really haven't changed much at all right now. So a lot of y'all still going to have to deal with some of the roads that look like that. And so we can finally get that warm up to melt some of that snow away. I think we are going to warm up pretty nicely as we head on into the middle part of the week. Right now, a little bit cool. Temperatures are in the 20s for most areas, but by the time we hit Wednesday, Thursday, I think we're going to have our high temperatures going to the low to mid 60s. 62 on Wednesday, 64 Thursday. A better chance for rain too, Tuesday through Thursday.
Still clear traffic for you this morning. Let's get out to I-24 at 840 as we continue to follow, waiting on that tow truck here. We've been here all morning, basically waiting for a tow truck to show up here and get that leftovers of a vehicle fire out of the way there as you make your way out of Murfreesboro towards Smyrna this morning. Slight delays back behind it. You can use Highway 41 as the best way to steer clear until you get to around Alvaton Road. This is going to be 65 south of town near Morris Lane. You can see the interstates are clear. Even the ramp, though, still has a little bit of ice on the side. So do a lot of neighborhoods this morning.
Justin, thank you. 7:36 is the time right now. We are experiencing what, I don't know, over the years I've called the Tennessee swing, where we go from frigid, snowy conditions one week to warm thunderstorms the next week. And this kind of weather, in case you're not familiar, can really do a number on our homes, especially with all the rain we're expecting this week. We're going to talk about something this morning called ice damming. Our Fox 17 News anchor Scott Couch explains it is something that can do a lot of damage to your home.
If you have icicles hanging off your gutters, it may be a sign of trouble, not necessarily for your gutters, but for your walls and ceiling.
Ice dams occur whenever snow on the ice begins to melt off, and as the water is running down towards the gutters, it refreezes, and therefore creating a dam, and it backs water up, allowing water to get in areas where it normally would never go in.
This is what it can look like on the inside. Stains on your ceiling or walls where water from the outside is creeping in. MJ Garrett with Oster Miller Roofing and Construction says the trapped water can back up under shingles and over flashing. And unfortunately, he says, there's not much you can do about it until the ice is gone.
A lot of times people will get up and use a hammer and start trying to bust the ice up on the roof, and all they're doing is causing more damage to the roof. So I don't recommend anybody take it upon themselves to get up and try to take out that ice.
Not everyone who has icicles or frozen gutters gets an ice dam, but experts say it can happen anytime we have weather like this. So keep your eyes open, and if you see signs of water intrusion, call a trusted roofing contractor.
And if you're like us, you may have to find somebody to do your drywall and your painting for you as well. Also check with your insurance company, but consider that ice dams may not be covered. Some insurance companies consider it an act of God and will not reimburse you for it. They won't help you with the roof, but maybe they would cover some of the damage to the inside of your house. So it's definitely worth a call to see whether you've got that kind of protection on your plan. We have roads around the mid-state that you heard Brett mention it just now, still under a layer of ice. We're going to take you to one neighborhood in particular where neighbors are real frustrated.
Fox 17 News investigates
Breaking news this morning, a very close call for one driver over in Murray County. Murray County firefighters say this was a scene over on Greenfield Bend Road in the Williamsport community. It was on Sunday. They say a man ran off the road, which you can see, and was just hanging on the edge of, get this, a nearly 200-foot cliff above the Duck River. Very scary. Firefighters say thankfully they were able to pull the truck away from the cliff and onto the roadway, the driver making it out safely. That's fantastic news. We're told a local towing company helped with this all-on operation. Wow.
A lot of places like that along the ridge in Robertson County as well. Yeah.
Well, many people across the mid-state are still under the threat of ice, and some of the worst roads includes some of the ridges in places like Jolton.
Yeah, we've got Ridge Road, for example, in Jolton. Neighbors tell us they've been waiting for a week now to see any kind of improvement. Fox 17 News went to Jolton to check it out for ourselves. Grays Point and Ridge. We did see a little bit of sand on the ice, but no indication that it really did any good. For every car that we saw kind of creeping along, there was at least one more stuck.
You know, Ridge Road is covered in several inches of ice. The speed limit there is around 30 miles per hour. Some people are calling it very challenging.
Like I said before, I get the fact that you can't get us the first or second day. You know, the main roads are first, but this is an embarrassment. It's almost discriminatory. You know, there's maybe because it's poorer people live over here, but we all pay our taxes and deserve to have a passable road eventually.
In many cases, listen, I will say it does look like some crews, and this is around the mid-state, some crews just gave up. Like, just said, we can't get our trucks there. Our trucks are slipping and sliding.
Yeah, it makes it difficult for everybody.
Yeah.
We've told there has been some priority and concentration on trying to get to all of the roads, but some are easier to get to than others. NDOT will try to get back out and about and see. Let's get to Brett right now. Look at the forecast.
Mother Nature's going to help today.
Absolutely. That's going to be the big story for us. We're going to start to warm up today, and then it's only going to get warmer as we head through the next few days. Right now, they're showing you the radar, no precip right here in Middle Tennessee. Most of that is still back to the west of here, so that's still staying west of the Mississippi River. It is chilly, though. We're talking temperatures right now in the teens and 20s, but this is still nothing compared to what we have seen recently. 28 down in Columbia, 22 the current temperature up there in Gallatin. If you have any plans later on today, overall, not too bad for you. We'll have temperatures in the 40s throughout the afternoon, 44 2 o'clock. By 4 o'clock, we'll have temperatures in the lower 40s. Then we get to the 60s for Wednesday and Thursday.
Steer clear traffic. We just picked up something new to show you. This is going to be on Briley Parkway, very close to Lebanon Pike. We've got the scene here where we believe they've put down some salt and sand because of an icy spot there on the shoulder of the road. 2 cars have wrecked, though, as a result. We're trying to get more details for you coming up here in the next few minutes. Well, a small art school with a big heart in Clarksville. Dennis Ferrier shows us how it's trying to rise from the rubble of a devastating tornado.
Watch Fox 17 News at 9.
Good morning and welcome into Fox 17 News this morning at 7:46 right now. The big tornadoes now in the rear view for most of us, but not everyone. We have so many families impacted, and the rebuilding in Clarksville, for example, is just beginning.
Fox 17 News' Dennis Ferrier joining us in studio to tell us about a fine art school that Dennis is rising from the rubble.
That's right. You know, we all know that saying, the show must go on. Where it came from, who knows? But I know a little place in Clarksville that is living that promise despite total annihilation.
This is what's left of the Clarksville School of Fine Arts. Hard to visualize 150 kids in this building pursuing their creative dreams.
And the school was just literally gone. The whole upper
upper floor of the school had been ripped away. That's where we had all of our music academy, our video academy, our film acting academies, our art academy, and so all of it was gone. We went through the rubbish and tried to find something to salvage. Almost all of our equipment, instruments, furniture, completely gone. The theater was gone, all the lighting, props, a lot of the costumes were gone as well. And so we lost everything.
Devastating to all the families that came here to give their kids a chance to be creative. All the kids who don't play sports but want to express themselves in a big, positive way.
So he is guitar, acting, film editing. She is ballet, and he is guitar, acting, film editing, and art.
Amy Lamel will tell you traditional schools don't care about her kids' passions, just test scores. Clarksville School of Fine Arts helped them bloom.
She has come out of her shell. She's made so many friends, which is good for her because she was really shy. Same with him. He's kind of a little shy, and he's made a lot of good friends. And then he's my wild man, and he makes friends with everybody. But it's opened him to new things, and now he's like, I think I want to try drums, and I want to try this. So it's given them the opportunity to individually explore exactly what they want to do.
It just so happens one of the first people on the scene that day was Luke Dill, a member of the Nashville-based international humanitarian relief group, Aerial Recovery. Dill helps people all over the world, but this is just a couple blocks away.
If we don't have each other's backs, then what are we even doing? It's a special place, and you could almost look at something like that as a sanctuary, where folks can go and just be together as a community.
A sanctuary, blessed even in its darkest moment. Overwhelming gratitude? Really? Why? Because the big Christmas concert and play was scheduled for December 9th at 1 p.m., but changed at the last minute. What a difference between a tornado hitting an empty building and hitting a building with 250 people in it.
It would have been catastrophic. The walls on one side of the building collapsed, and you go to the building, you can see that it completely obliterated the platform that all the chairs were on that side of the building. The other side of the building, the wall was blown away, and every one of those chairs, most of the chairs, we couldn't find them. They are somewhere probably down over in Kentucky by now.
It is easy to imagine this is the end of the Clarksville School of Fine Arts. They didn't even have insurance on the equipment. This terrible storm broke things, but not spirit. Organizations have come in and donated equipment and instruments. The aim now is not to bring the old school back. The idea is to make it bigger and better.
If nothing else, it's solidified my resolve that I'm not going to quit. I won't let a little wind blow me down. I'm determined to get back up. I'm determined to bring this school back better than what it was, bigger and better than what it was before.
And I think it's interesting, sometimes you get knocked down like that and you're knocked out or you're under the table in the fetal position, but sometimes with a little encouragement, it's like, well, we lost everything. Let's come back better and bigger and better than ever. And I think that's what they've done. They've been encouraged by people reaching out.
A big life lesson there.
Yeah, a metaphor for life.
Right. What are you going to do? You know what I mean? You can only stand under the kitchen table in the fetal position so long.
Yeah.
You got to get up.
And if folks want to help, how can they do that?
We're going to put all that online. But yeah, they are accepting help, of course, a couple ways. But it's neat. It just shows, like a little school like that can really grow because there's a fine arts gap in public schools, right?
That's right. Dennis Ferrier, thank you so much for joining us.
You're
Always a pleasure. We're going to check in now with Brentwood because folks want to make sure that ice melts away. And we also have a warm-up.
Yeah, a little bit of good news right there. That warm-up does come with a rain chance, but we are going to be talking about temperatures going to the 60s for the middle part of the week. So great news right there. Finally done, at least for a little bit, with that very cold weather that we've had. Here's your live look over Broadway. A really nice, calm, and quiet start to the morning. 27 degrees right here in Nashville. Still have some clouds out there, but I think as we go through the rest of the day, mostly to partly sunny skies for us. Radar not showing much right here in our area. Most of this is still back west of the Mississippi River, and I think it's going to stay day over there as we head through the rest of today. We're going to stay dry today, but by tomorrow, bringing a better chance for some more showers. Temperatures right now, 20s for most areas, 27 Nashville, 27 also in Lewisburg. I want to show you this rain chance too. Again, not expecting any of that today. This is tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock. Showers start to move in from the west, and I'm going to advance this pretty quickly, but the main story here is just off and on showers Tuesday. Off and on showers going to be possible on Wednesday, and then as we head on into Thursday too, off and on showers possible through the rest of today. Could see a little bit of a break in the activity as we head on into Friday. Rainfall amounts about 3 to 5 inches for us Tuesday through Thursday, and then we're going to see temperatures in the low to mid 60s Wednesday and Thursday.
Steer clear traffic this morning. We are following a big wreck out here on Briley Parkway, very close to Lebanon Pike. This is in the Donaldson area. Look at the mess over here on the shoulder of the road. Here comes Metro Police dealing with this. We had an ambulance here at one point. Looks like a couple of cars may have spun out here as you got a lot of snow and ice is still up here on the shoulder of the road. So possibly someone caught up with some of that snow and ice, spun out of control. 2-car crash here, shutting down 2 lanes on that outside lane. So be careful. There's still lots of slick spots out there this morning. We're still dealing with the aftermath of that vehicle fire. Looks like it's clearing now. Finally, on I-24 near 840, this has been with us for a couple of hours, finally pushing out of the way.
Thanks, Justin. At 7:53 right now, weathering the storm with a smile. We're going to take a look back at how one community came together during last week's snow and ice.
3, 2.
Well, it's going to be a much warmer day compared to what we have seen lately. Even though we're going to keep temperatures a little bit below normal for this time of year, we're still going to be able to warm up to the mid 40s. That's so much better than those temperatures that have only been in the teens for the highs that we had a couple of those days last week. Lower to mid 60s for us Wednesday and Thursday. 62 Wednesday, 64 on Thursday. Temperatures for Friday and Saturday for the weekend, they do start to drop down a little bit behind that front that moves through on Thursday. I want to show you this rain chance too, because rain is on the way. A good chance for showers Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Friday we get a little bit of a break in the activity. A 40% chance for some more scattered showers for us as we head on into Saturday. Want to take you out to the following week now. This is January 29th through February 4th. We're looking at a better chance for above normal temperatures right here in Middle Tennessee and Southern Kentucky.
Steer clear traffic this morning. Let's get out to Lebanon Pike and Briley Parkway. It's on Briley itself, but it's very close to the Lebanon Pike exit there. You can see a couple of cars lost control, ended up against a guardrail there. Ambulances come and gone. So have the fire department. Metro Police remains. They're waiting on a tow truck at this point, but this is the example of what can happen if you don't slow down and watch out for the shoulder of the road where the snow and ice is. Other than that, we're doing okay. As you make your way into town, this is a familiar sight, 2465 at the junction, starting to slow down this morning as more and more people get out there on the roads.
Thank you, Justin. In your community right now, we're taking a look at how some folks in Franklin weathered the snowstorm and ice over the last week, mostly with smiles.
All right, I like that, especially on a Monday morning. Fox 17 News' Kelly Avellino was there, bringing you this very unique story.
Drivers navigated snow-packed roads, sometimes stalling and sometimes swerving. And sometimes digging out their car mid-route, like Dalton, who's trying to get to work.
Overall, it was a struggle because my tires are not good.
Franklin is pretty quiet today, except for some lively pockets. The vast majority of all the businesses here in downtown Franklin are closed, but we found one spot where everybody knows your name. The snow day welcome for anyone brave enough to bear the elements for a brew at the Hop House Tennessee Taps.
Total snow day tradition, I guarantee it. Here we go, 1, 2, 3.
This is every bit as busy as a Friday night.
Hop House owner Mark Cook tells me he's kept his doors open for every snowstorm since starting the business in 2020.
It's been starting with 2 people and then growing.
And after you rally some friends to help you get out, the most fun to be had in the snow is by Rachel, Evelyn, and Adelia, racing to see who's in first and who comes in a close second.
How is it? Fun! Super, super, super fun.
You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
Now on Fox 17 News this Monday morning, dangerous road conditions continuing in some parts of Middle Tennessee. Now we're hearing from neighbors in some of the worst hit areas.
As the temperature rises, so does the likelihood of potholes. We're still seeing a lot of potholes that haven't been patched up after the extended winter snap. In a few minutes, I'll show you where those are, and I'll have details on that.
And we're about to see a big rise in our temperatures as we head on into the next few days. Temperatures could reach to the 60s. I'll show you when that is. Also, talk about the rain chance in just a bit.
As Steer Clear traffic takes us to Briley Parkway near Lebanon Pike, we're going to tell you how you cannot end up like this coming up in a few.
Thanks so much for waking up with us here on a Monday morning on Fox 17 News. I'm Erica Glover.
And I'm Jennifer Waddell. We're glad to be your live local news source here for you through 9 a.m. And we want to get straight to the top headlines here on your Monday morning. We begin with an alert as the state health department now confirms a total of 27 people have died statewide as a result of the winter storm. 6 of those reported right here in the mid-state.
The State Emergency Operations Center here in Nashville remains at a level 4. That way, they can help with support for local requests that folks are asking for, get that funding to them.
And speaking of help, a lot of our neighborhoods still need help to get off the ice. We have many Middle Tennessee communities still under inches of ice in some cases on their roads, causing all kinds of accidents and forcing other people to just abandon their cars.
In fact, one East Nashville woman telling Fox 17 News that late Friday night, someone totaled her car on the icy roads right here in this community. She says her husband's car was also sideswiped and that her neighborhood has reported the dangerous conditions of this intersection of Ramsey Street and 9th Street multiple times, but nothing has been done so far.
We have seen no evidence of trucks. There's been no actual removal of snow or ice, and we haven't seen any salt. So it's been pretty disappointing.
NDOT, that's the Nashville Department of Transportation, tells Fox 17 News when we reached out to them that these side streets basically are not going to improve until the temperatures clear up. And we do expect that to happen starting today. They say their crews continued working over the weekend to try to clear some streets and respond to the emergency calls associated with them.
All of this is leading to our social media question. We want to know how the roads are near you. We have a Twitter poll right now on X on Fox Nashville. How icy are the roads near your house? As of right now, 48.2% of you all say somewhat icy.
All right, still open and live. You can go vote and let us know what you think by dropping a comment. Just scan the QR code right there on your screen.
Fox 17 News has also talked about the potholes extensively, and we know with these weather conditions, we're going to see even more potholes becoming even bigger of an issue.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of folks already bobbing and weaving in and out of traffic, trying to avoid craters in some spots, and we're going to help you steer clear. Fox 17 News reporter Karen Aguilar joining us live in Nashville.
Good morning, Jen and Erica. I spoke with a man who says that he was driving down I-40, which is right behind me, and he saw several cars hit potholes and then get stranded on the side of the road. And that's something that we're trying to get you to avoid. I also want to show you some potholes that we're seeing right now here on 14th Avenue and Broadway. If Kevin can just zoom in there is a deep pothole, looks about 4 inches deep, and those are 2 of the other potholes we're seeing, along with one that is about to form, and that's because of the warmer temperatures that are starting to rise. As I had mentioned in my previous coverage, when the liquid gets under that pavement, it freezes, and then when it thaws, it expands and it creates those potholes, which are causing a lot of problems for drivers. It could cause damage to your tires, giving you a flat, and it could even cause you to lose control. So what can you do? Tim Ruffin, the store manager with the Brentwood Firestone location, tells us more.
Given that we know that potholes will arise after inclement weather, you kind of want to do the speed limit when on the interstates, because you don't know when one may arise. Because if you do have a blowout or anything, or strike one at a higher speed, it's harder to control a vehicle.
Yeah, not only is it harder to control, but it can cause damage, as I mentioned, to your tires, which will cost a lot of money. Now, TDOT has a program that we previously reported on that says that they would reimburse drivers. However, we've proved that that's very difficult and it's hard to get reimbursed. TDOT also tells me that they don't have an exact date as to when they're going to patch up those potholes, but we're hoping to know the exact date soon. Reporting live in Nashville, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
But watch out for the potholes and also watch out for some of those roads, especially those side streets that are still a little bit slick this morning. These are a couple of pictures that were sent in by Katie this morning from Robertson County. This one right over here, this is Dividing Ridge Road. If you're familiar with that area, you can still see that sheen of light with the sunrise reflecting right off of that road. And again, these are from this morning, so very up-to-date pictures. Also right there on a Greer Road, you're still seeing a little bit of that. There's a truck on the side of the road in that picture too. So a lot of those secondary streets still, or the side streets still have some of that glaze of ice still on them, so just be very careful if you have to travel out there this morning. 28 right now here in Nashville, but we are going to warm up as we go through the rest of the day, and that will help with a little bit of that melting of the ice that we have going on right now. But dry conditions for us, at least any active falling precip, none of that we're having to deal with right now. Temperatures are in the 20s and 30s. We're already about to go above freezing, and I think we are going to be able to hit the mid 40s later on this afternoon. Tuesday we're warmer, lower 50s. Wednesday, Thursday should be the warmest days of them all. 62 on Wednesday, 64 on Thursday. A better chance for showers off and on Tuesday through Thursday. 3 to 5 inches possible during that time frame.
Bring on the 40s so I can actually park in front of my house for a change. All right, thank you so much. Can't get up the hill. It's too much ice. Ice is causing the problems here, we believe, as well on Briley Parkway close to Lebanon Pike. Tow trucks are now there to take care of a couple of cars who spun out of control here. TDOT had to come along and treat this portion of the road, but as you may be able to see, there's a fair amount of snow and ice out there on Briley Parkway, so heads up as you make that drive past the Lebanon Pike area there in Donaldson. Other than that, we're doing okay out there. A lot of schools called out for the day. People stayed home for at least one more day. Tomorrow, I expect that full return to traffic.
And pretty much, a full return to business as usual. A lot of businesses have already reopened their doors and they're back ready and open for you this morning. I want to let you know tonight, the Metro Nashville Police Department is having another community meeting. They're trying to decide where to put the new license plate reader cameras.
Yes, tonight's meeting is for the Midtown Hills precinct. The MPD is working with community members to develop an LPR plan that they hope will enhance safety throughout Davidson County. Tonight's meeting does start at 4:30 at the Midtown Hills Police Precinct. That is over on 12th Avenue South. If you want some more updates, the location and timing, go to fox17.com.
What's in a sign? Well, a lot, especially for folks in Mount Juliet, where the debate continues over certain types of signs. Why a crackdown could impact some business owners' revenue.
Asking the tough questions.
8:09 is the time here on your Monday morning. Recently, the city of Mount Juliet had a massive debate between the city commissioners and business owners about signage. We're talking about things like yard signs and banners. They want to put a limit on exactly how many there are, how long they can be up. A lot of city leaders say they don't look very good, and there's way too many of them. But when business owners pushed back against the idea of making changes, city leaders took a little bit of a pause.
I'm on Lebanon Road. I need signage that people can read when they're driving 45 miles an hour down the road. So a banner works really well for that, and it withstands the wind well. And I don't believe that the corrugated plastic is going to withstand the wind and the traffic that comes on Lebanon Road.
When you bring the sign ordinance up, it is not the most pleasant of experiences or conversations that we're going to have. The folks here at City Hall, the staff here at City Hall work daily to make changes that benefit the overall good of everybody, including the businesses and including the residences.
We don't want to hinder our businesses. This is how we be able, to make sure that we have the best fire department, the best police department, best EMT, and even our staff. So we don't want to slow down any progress and not to, force anybody outside of the city.
So in the end, what they decided to do with all of this was just not vote on it at all. When the item actually came up, city commissioners declined to take up the issue at all, so no changes were made.
A quiet start for us this morning, a little cool, but nothing like what we've seen over the past couple of days, or the past several days, really. Last week was just so cold. Not seeing any sort of rain popping up on the radar, at least for our area. All the precip is still back to the west of the Mississippi River. Current temperatures across Middle Tennessee and Southern Kentucky, they're in the 20s and 30s. Columbia is warmed up to 30 now, 28 Nashville, 29 right now in Clarksville. Same goes for Crossville, and we are going to keep on warming up pretty quickly. We'll be able to reach to the 40s for the start of the afternoon. 41 by noon. By 2 o'clock, we're in the mid-40s. By 4, we're still in the 40s. I think we top out about 46 for today. And then the two biggest days, or the warmest days, that's going to be on Wednesday and Thursday. High temperatures should be able to reach to the low and mid-60s. 54 on Saturday behind that front that moves through. Sunday, 46. So we are going to get a little bit lower as we head on into the weekend. But still, after what we've just gotten through, really can't complain about the 50s and the 40s. There will be a chance for some showers, a good chance, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. As we head on into Saturday, Sunday, that rain chance does carry on over, but it does start to drop a little bit. I think the best chance for rain now for the weekend comes in on Saturday.
Steer clear traffic for you this morning. Let's get you out to Broadley Parkway, very close to Lebanon Pike out there. You can see where they had the aftermaths of this crash right here on the shoulder. So normally what that would mean is police are gone after they tow away the cars, but not in this case. They've got to hang out a little bit more so they can wait for the crews to come along and try to clear up some of this ice that caused that crash to begin with. So we'll wait for them to get out there. Just know there could be spots like this on Lebanon Pike, on Vietnam Vets throughout the morning. Well, bone-chilling temperatures continue across parts of the mid-state and across the U.S. We're going to tell you about some strategies that could help keep you and your pets safe with these cold temperatures.
Floor model sale at Family.
Welcome back to Fox 17 News this morning. It's 8:15 right now. So far, this month's winter storms have killed dozens of people across the U.S., and we know 27 people have died right here in Tennessee.
Snow, rain, and below freezing temperatures all posing serious hazards to our health. And while it's critical to, yes, wear a thick jacket and cover exposed skin with a hat and gloves when heading outside, medical experts also say staying safe from the cold does start inside your home. Listen.
This involves eating the correct amount of calories and hydration so that your body's metabolism can function the way it's supposed to and protect you against the cold weather.
I don't know about y'all, but I can tell when I haven't had enough water, your skin gets extra dry, maybe your lips are chapped, the cuticles around your nails start to crack. So yes, hydration is super important this time of year. And if you got pets, be mindful about them, especially when you take them outside. Especially for dog owners, you want to avoid walking your dogs on sidewalks or streets that might have been covered in that really high chemical rock salt. It can crack and burn their paws. Smaller animals like cats, they, especially if they're outdoor cats, like to get in warm spots. So sometimes they'll crawl up under the hood of your car or your truck to stay warm. So make sure if you park outside, give a good knock to the hood of the car before you start it up to make sure any little critters are able to get out.
Get their attention. We're also talking about trash with a heads up for folks living in Nashville, because trash and recycling collection going to be moved forward by one day this week. This impacts a lot of folks. I saw folks talking about it on social media.
Oh, yeah. So you're going to have to wait one more day in Nashville, at least. Metro Water Service is telling us they're trying to make sure they keep their people safe and also the community as well. So if your regular collection day for trash is today, it'll get picked up tomorrow. So they're delaying it by one day this week. And I know, like Erica said, a lot of y'all really have it piling up right now. And so everything is shifting back a day this week. That's going to go through Friday. Collection picked up that is typically done on a Friday will be picked up Saturday. Hendersonville, I did check this morning because I know a lot of y'all in Sumner County are upset about this too. Hendersonville trash pickup on schedule starting today.
All right, keeping the crews safe. I can already see the sunshine. That is great news for folks who want to get their kids back to school.
It is really good news. And, you know, some of those roads are still a little bit icy this morning, but as we head on into tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, I think we're really going to start to clear away some of that snow and ice that is on the ground right now. Like Erica was just saying, too, you can start to see that sun a little bit better now on this Broadway camera. We did have a little bit of some cloud cover moving in, but I think that's going to keep on clearing. So mostly to partly sunny skies for us as we head through the rest of today. The temperature right now here in Nashville, we are at 28 degrees. It's still a little bit of cloud cover out there. Mostly to partly sunny skies for us, though, as we head through the rest of the afternoon. Rain, not really in the southeastern part of the country. Most of the precip is still back west of the Mississippi River. Still seeing some of that frozen precip moving through parts of Arkansas and Missouri, but for us right here, not going to have to deal with any more of that. Current temperatures are in the 20s and 30s, so a little chilly to start, but so much better than what we've seen recently. 30 right now in Columbia, 29 in Clarksville, 32, so right at freezing. McMinnville also down into Tullahoma. No rain for us as we head through the rest of today. We are dry today, but early tomorrow morning, we start to bring in a rain chance. That'll move in from the west. Off and on showers possible for us as we head through Tuesday. Wednesday morning, this is 7 o'clock right here. Another rain chance begins to move in. And Wednesday, we're just going to keep that same trend going. Off and on showers, maybe a few thunderstorms possible as we head through the day. On into Thursday. Thursday morning, we bring in that rain chance again, and just off and on for Thursday. That same trend is going to continue. Friday, a little bit of a lull in the activity. As we head into Tuesday through Thursday, though, I think we do see a pretty good amount of rainfall moving across parts of Middle Tennessee and Southern Kentucky. Right now, I think this most recent model run is kind of underdoing it. Still looking at 3 to 5 inches possible across most of Middle Tennessee, especially down there in our south central counties. Lower 50s for us on Tuesday, lower 60s Wednesday, 62 the high then, 64 on a Thursday. And then behind that front, we cool off a little bit as we head on towards the weekend, highs in the mid 50s by Saturday.
Steer clear traffic out there for you this morning. All right, a couple of things to tell you about. Let's get started here on the west side. This is going to be Bradley Parkway, very close to White Bridge Road over on the west side of Nashville. Multi-car crash here. THP along with Tina on the road trying to deal with that. Just watch out on the entrance ramp. That's where the biggest impact can be right there as you make that drive in. And people flying along the curve. Hey, slow down. You see? Okay. They got the message. All right. The other thing we're following is this mess here on Bradley Parkway close to Lebanon Pike. As you make that drive around, you can see crews out there now. They're going to need more than just the broom, I think. They need the truck to come out and address some of the ice out here on the road. Until then, it's going to be a slow go coming through Donaldson.
Justin, thank you. Talking about traffic, slick, impassable streets on parts of Robertson County. So we're sharing 2 photos taken just this Monday morning. One of the first photos that we're going to show you is dividing Ridge Road. And the second photo is going to be a photo of a stranded white truck over on Greer Road. Working on getting those photos for you. Smoky Bar News reporting that Robertson County emergency crews, well, they responded to a dozen accidents Sunday alone. So here we go. Those 2 photos I was talking about. 6 of those accidents, though, we understand they involved injuries, including a head-on crash on Highway 49. It's not good. It's also another reminder that some streets, you heard Justin say this, are slippery and just downright dangerous. Today's weather warm-up, though, definitely going to be helpful, but even still, please give yourself plenty of extra time. After the break, time to talk legacy, what the history books will say about Titans star running back Derrick Henry. Talking Titans. Stay with us.
It's not extra to want.
8:24 is the time. Once the Titans do hire a new head coach, whoever that is, one of their biggest agenda items will be deciding the future of Derrick Henry.
Yeah, the Titans star running back becomes a free agent this spring. That's just a couple of months away. Yeah. And our Fox 17 sports director, Jill Jelnick, has more on his reign here in Nashville.
8 years later, and we could be seeing the end of King Henry's reign.
It's been a great 8 years. I've grown. A lot has happened.
Derrick Henry's contract is up after this season, marking the very first time he has ever been a free agent.
I got tagged the first time I was supposed to be, and then, was able to negotiate something after that. But, I don't know what it's like. Just going to enjoy the time, talk to guys around the league who've experienced this before, get some advice, talk to my team, and then go from there.
For the last 8 seasons, Henry has not only been the workhorse of the Titans offense, but also the face of the franchise. Henry has piled up 5,000-yard seasons with the two-tone blue and won back-to-back rushing crowns in 2019 and 2020. Henry's 90 career rushing touchdowns are also tops in franchise history, and his 9,502 total rushing yards is the second most behind Eddie George. There's a good chance that the team's season finale against the Jaguars was Henry's final outing in a Titans uniform. And if that's the case, he went out on a high note. The 30-year-old carried 19 times for 153 yards and a touchdown in the 28-20 win. And afterwards, he shared a special moment with Titan fans.
Titan fans, thank you for the greatest 8 years of my life, the ups and the downs. Y'all been there for everything, through the adversity, watching me grow as a person and a player, always supporting me.
Henry made it clear that he would love to stay with the Tennessee Titans, but he also acknowledged that at the end of the day, it's a business.
You know, I want to bring a Super Bowl here really bad. That's one of my main goals. No matter how I do during the season, just want to bring one here. And you know, who knows what'll happen. But at the end of the day, any player want to play for the organization their whole career.
I had a really good conversation with Derek yesterday. On the way out, and we had our conversation, which I'll keep between he and I, but, the doors never close.
Whether or not Henry returns for another season, we will have to wait and see. But one thing remains clear. The impact of the King's reign will always be remembered.
If you consider me as one of the greats, I appreciate it, but, I just feel like it's still a lot for me to do to be considered with those. But it's been humbling. God has certainly been good to me throughout my career. It never goes the way you want it to, but I feel like he always comes at the right time when you need him. So just thankful for everything.
Jill Jelnick, Fox 17 Sports, your Code Red station.
Person told me last week that they were going to be taking care of the potholes after the weather-related issues that they've seen. But we've seen main roads and interstates clean. So what's happening with the potholes? I'll tell you that in a few minutes.
And there's a live look over Nashville right now. The clouds are starting to clear out a little bit better for us. Warming up, too, as we go on today, and especially for the middle part of the week. I'll let you know how warm we get in just a bit.
Your design obsessions.
You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
Welcome into Fox 17 News This Morning. Where are you seeing the potholes the worst? Well, we're on pothole patrol because as the temperatures go up and it's going to rain a lot this week, the potholes are going to be popping around the mid-state. We'll help you avoid them.
And there's another live look looking over Nissan Stadium. The clouds are clearing out for us too, and that's how we're going to stay for the rest of the day. Also warming up. We're going to melt some of that snow and ice away. I'll let you know how warm we get this week in just a bit.
Steer clear traffic in West Nashville, Briley Parkway at White Bridge Road. Accident on the shoulder. Watch out and slow down. We're going to tell you more about it in just a few.
Good advice there. Hey, thank you for waking up with us on a Fox 17 News Monday morning newscast. I'm Erica Glover.
And I'm Jennifer Waddell. We have you covered for the next half hour as your live local news source through 9 a.m.
We're going to get started this Monday morning talking about how Governor Bill Lee says he will deliver his 6th State of the State address to the General Assembly and Tennesseans on the 5th of February.
Here's what we know. He is going to deliver that address from the House chamber of the state capitol. It'll be aired statewide, set to start at 6 p.m. Again, just announced this morning that will happen Monday, February 5th.
As the ground begins to thaw out, finally, potholes can now form if any kind of liquid froze underneath that pavement, causing some big issues.
Well, and we've had issues the last week with regards to the freezing temperatures and the ice and the snow and the chemicals that are used to treat the roads. And the rain this week is not going to help. We sent Fox 17 News reporter Karen Aguilar out this morning to find some of the worst spots. She's also working to find out what TDOT plans to do about it. Karen joining us live now in Nashville.
That's right, Jen and Erica. But first, I want to show you what could happen to your car if you end up hitting a pothole. Kind of give you a little demonstration here. If you hit a pothole at high speeds especially, you could lose tire pressure on your car, causing you to give you a flat and potentially sending you to the side of the road. Firestone in Brentwood tells me that if you do end up hitting a pothole, ending up in the side of the road, it's important to call a tow truck. And what's worse, they also tell me that if you hit a pothole, you could misalign your car, and what's worse, you could lose control. And that's a risk that we're seeing a lot of drivers run through here. We've been seeing with the potholes behind us here on 14th Avenue and Broadway that cars have just been driving through them, which, as I mentioned, could cause a lot of damage. Now, I also want you to take a look at what our photojournalist David is seeing over on Fern Avenue Bridge. You can see that those cars are going pretty quickly down that interstate. He says that he's even seen some cars swerving out of the way to potentially avoid that damage. Now, Tim, the store manager at the Brentwood Firestone office, tells me how much it will cost you if you do end up hitting a pothole. Take a listen.
What we've seen in the past, typically during pothole season, is bent wheels to the tune of anywhere from $300 to $800, depending on the vehicle.
That's a lot of money. And as I've mentioned, TDOT has a program to potentially reimburse drivers. But of course, we've proved that that hasn't been the case because it is so hard to prove negligence. TDOT also says that they're promising to patch up these potholes from last week. They've told me that, but yet we haven't seen anything. Reporting live in Nashville, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Karen, thank you. By the way, we've got a question right now on our Fox Nashville Facebook page. Where's the worst pothole that you have come across? Head on over there. Brett, you can do it too if you need to. And let us know. Sound off on Facebook.
I run into some of those on I-40. They're like, I don't know if it's like a gap in between a kind of bridge looking thing. It's not really a bridge, but there's just some big ones right at where that crease comes in and just pow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The seams.
2 minutes. Yeah, exactly. The seams. They'll definitely get you. So potholes right now, that's what we were just showing you. I want to show you these pictures from earlier this morning too. And honestly, we probably haven't seen any melting hardly at all since these pictures were taken. This is from this morning. This is from Katie. She sent these in from Robertson County. If you're familiar with that area, that picture on the left is from a dividing ridge road. And this picture on the right is from Greer Road. You can see that truck down there on the bank. But that sheen coming from the sunrise on that light glaze of ice, and that's what a lot of areas are still dealing with. Some of those roads are a little bit glazed over this morning. Those are going to get a little bit better though as we head through the rest of today, and especially once we hit the middle part of the week, we'll finally be able to belt all of that away. Radar not really showing you much activity for us right now, but rain is on the way. I'll show you that coming up here in just a bit.
Steer clear traffic out there for you this morning. Let's get to Briley Parkway at White Bridge Road. That is where we are dealing with a crash there on the shoulder as you get on to Briley coming out of White Bridge. Just watch out for it. Give them room there. It's a difficult spot, so they're trying to ask everyone to slow down, please, as you approach it there on Briley near White Bridge Road. Not huge backups, just minor ones at best. They were just dealing with a cleanup of some of the snow and ice here on Briley Parkway near Lebanon Pike. Clearly, they've gotten that out of the way, so traffic moving along much better after an earlier crash.
Justin, thank you. 8:36. As we've been showing you this morning, some roads around the mid-state, even right now, are still a solid sheet of ice. What one neighbor has to say about the progress or the lack of progress trying to clear them out.
And a reminder here, we are only local station with traffic and weather updates live from 4 until 9 a.m. Up next, our Code Red meteorologist Brett Luna tracking those warm temperatures, thank goodness. And Justin McFarland making sure you're in the know before heading out the door. Happy Monday.
Do you have a dance pole in your house?
Yes.
Hey there, welcome back to Fox 17 News this morning. It's 8:39. Right now, a close call for one driver in Murray County. This is south of Nashville. Firefighters tell us the scene that you see right behind us here was along the Williamsport community on Bend Road just yesterday. A guy ran off the road, was hanging on the edge of about a 200-foot drop-off right above the Duck River.
Incredibly scary there. Firefighters say they were able to pull the truck away from the edge of the cliff and back onto the roadway. The driver did make it out safely. We're told that a local Towing Company helped in the operation, and we're thankful that they did.
Absolutely. All right, let's get another look at some iced over roads that have been impacting members of the Jolton community. Ridge Road in Jolton, one of the areas hit hardest.
Neighbors say they've been waiting for about a week to see any improvements, along with many other folks across the mid-state. But Fox 17 News went to Jolton to take a look for ourselves. We did see some sand on the street, but there was no indication that that sand was doing any good at all. For every vehicle that we saw creeping along, there was at least one more that was stuck. Now, Ridge Road is covered in several inches of ice. The speed limit is 30 miles per hour, and no one is really challenging that.
Like I said before, I get the fact that you can't get us the first or second day. The main roads are first, but this is an embarrassment. It's almost discriminatory. There's maybe because it's poorer people live over here, but we all pay our taxes and deserve to have a passable road eventually.
Now, we did have a chance to talk with the Nashville Department of Transportation about a similar issue over the weekend, and we were told they've been concentrating on priority roads, and they're getting to the others as best they can, just not sitting well with, folks who are living in these areas.
Yeah, I don't think they have enough trucks for everywhere they need to get to. I think it's part of the problem. Let's get over to Brent Luna. He's got a look at your forecast as Mother Nature is going to lend a helping hand today.
We're going to get a whole lot of help as we head on into today, also Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Wednesday, Thursday, we're really going to start to warm up. I'll show you some of those temperatures here in just a second. Want to show you radar. Not seeing anything right here just yet. That is still back west of the Mississippi River. But as we head on into Tuesday, I think tomorrow morning we'll start to see some of those showers begin to move in to our western counties. Current temperatures right now, 20s and 30s, 28 right here in Nashville, 26 down in Murfreesboro, Lewisburg right at freezing, 37 now, warming up quickly over in McMinnville, and today is going to be much warmer than what we've had over the past several days. So if you have any outdoor plans later on this afternoon, overall not too terrible for you. Temperature should be in the 40s. Average high this time of year is 49, so just a few degrees below that. Overall, not bad at all. As we head on into the weekend, temperature Saturday, mid-50s, mid-40s for us on Sunday.
Steer clear traffic. Want to take you to Briley Parkway here this morning, very close to the White Bridge Road area. You can see traffic creeping along after a multi-car crash on the shoulder that is forcing some people to move over and slow down quickly. Uh-oh. Are we seeing a traffic stop here? That dump truck seems to be trying to, okay. No, it's not, they're moving out of the way so an emergency crew can move forward there. Okay, never know what we see out there on the steer clear cameras. Just know these CDOT cameras that they are trying their best to get that accident cleared out of the way. Other than that, we're doing just okay out there on the rest of the mid-state roads. We'll take a closer look at the rest of your drive times coming up in a few.
A small art school with a big heart in Clarksville.
Dennis Ferrier is going to show us how it's rising from the rubble of that devastating tornado.
So you get hit by a drunk driver.
Welcome back to Fox 17 News. This morning, 8:45 right now. The tornadoes that we experienced weeks ago now in the rearview mirror for most of us, but the cleanup and the rebuilding in many communities like Clarksville is just beginning.
Fox 17 News' Dennis Ferrier is in the studio to tell us about a fine art school that's rising from the rubble.
You know, we all know that saying, the show must go on. Where it came from, who knows? But I know a little school that is living that promise despite total annihilation.
This is what's left of the Clarksville School of Fine Arts. Hard to visualize 150 kids in this building pursuing their creative dreams.
And the school was just literally gone. The whole upper floor of the school had been ripped away. That's where we had all of our music academy, our video academy, our film acting academies, our art academy, and so all of it was gone. We went through the rubbish and tried to find something to salvage. Almost all of our equipment, instruments, furniture, completely gone. The theater was gone, all the lighting, props, a lot of the costumes were gone as well, and so we lost everything.
Devastating to all the families that came here to give their kids a chance to be creative. all the kids who don't play sports but want to express themselves in a big, positive way.
So he is guitar, acting, film editing. She is ballet, and he is guitar, acting, film editing, and art.
Amy Lamel will tell you traditional schools don't care about her kids' passions, just test scores. Clarksville School of Fine Arts helped them bloom.
She has come out of her shell. She's made so many friends, which is good for her because she was really shy. Same with him. He's kind of a little shy, and he's made a lot of good friends. And then he's my wild man, and he makes friends with everybody. But it's opened him to new things, and now he's like, I think I want to try drums, and I want to try this. So it's given them the opportunity to individually explore exactly what they want to do.
It just so happens one of the first people on the scene that day was Luke Dill, a member of the Nashville-based International Humanitarian Relief Group, Aerial Recovery. Dill helps people all over the world, but this is just a couple blocks away.
If we don't have each other's backs, then what are we even doing? It's a special place, and you can almost look at something like that as a sanctuary where folks can go and just be together as a community.
A sanctuary, blessed even in its darkest moment. Overwhelming gratitude? Really? Why? Because the big Christmas concert and play was scheduled for December 9th at 1 p.m., but changed at the last minute. What a difference between a tornado hitting an empty building and hitting a building with 250 people in it.
It would have been catastrophic. The walls on one side of the building collapsed, and you go to the building, you can see that it completely obliterated the platform that all the chairs were on that side of the building. The other side of the building, the wall was blown away, and every one of those chairs, most of the chairs, we couldn't find them. They are somewhere probably down over in Kentucky by now.
It is easy to imagine this is the end of the Clarksville School of Fine Arts. They didn't even have insurance on the equipment. This terrible storm broke things, but not spirit. Organizations have come in and donated equipment and instruments. The aim now is not to bring the old school back. The idea is to make it bigger and better.
If nothing else, it's solidified my resolve that I'm not going to quit. I won't let a little wind blow me down. I'm determined to get back up. I'm determined to bring this school back better than what it was, bigger and better than what it was before.
They're actually looking at a new building with expanding programs. They're so encouraged by the outpouring, and we do have online how you can help. But, there is a little bit of the rearview mirror thing with that, right? Because we have this snowstorm. It's like, oh yeah, there was a tornado. But at the time, everybody cared and everybody was crawling. But, it takes a while to rebuild after the story becomes very cold.
Yeah, and that programming means so much to those students, the parents, the teachers, of course.
Everybody.
Well, think about it. Think about it. Like, maybe it was an acting or a public speaking class that made you come alive, right? And made you want to be in front of people. And nowadays, a lot of traditional schools don't even want to offer that because it's like, you got to have test scores.
Well, I'm looking forward to the day, maybe a year from now, when we revisit this story and you tell us they rebuilt and they're bigger and better than ever. I'm looking forward to that.
We will be there. That's
Dennis.
the beauty of sticking around,
That's
right? Follow up.
All right.
Thank
Dennis
you.
Ferrier.
Yep.
There is no one like Dennis. That is for sure.
The same could be said for Brett.
Dennis is a great guy. I love it. Well, hey, we're gonna take a live look over Broadway. It's a calm and quiet start to the morning. Really not seeing any much on Broadway right now. 28 degrees, our current temperature right here in Nashville. Still quite a bit of, or a little bit of cloud cover. Those clouds are going to keep on clearing though as we head through the rest of the day. Mostly to partly sunny skies for us later on today. Radar showing most of that precip still back to the west of the Mississippi River. Not really seeing much of that right here. It's a little cool, but not near as cold as what we've seen recently. 28 right here in Nashville. Rain showers will start to move in from the west on Tuesday. That keeps on pushing to the east as we head through Wednesday. Off and on showers possible for us on Wednesday. A similar story can be said for Thursday. Not even going to show you any of those specific times because this is just going to be an off and on thing as we head through the rest of today. Some pockets of moderate to heavy rainfall also going to be possible as these rounds move through Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We could pick up between 3 to 5 inches for Tuesday through Thursday. We're also going to warm up. That's going to help with the melting of some of that ice. 62 on Wednesday, 64 the high on Thursday.
Steer clear traffic for you this morning. Let's get out to Briley Parkway as you make that drive out towards the White Bridge Road area there in West Nashville. As you make that drive out there, keep in mind there is a crash on the shoulder. You can see some of the damage right here. They're waiting for a tow truck to come pick this up, move it out of the way, and they're asking everyone to just slow it down in this area. Give them room to operate in West Nashville. Overall drive times, no one is doing too terribly bad. Just watch out for some of the leftover snow and ice, please.
Justin, thanks. Dangerous roads across the midstate. Talking about traffic, well, now we're hearing what NDOT says they're doing to clear up several inches of ice off some of our busiest roadways. Stay with us.
With Fargo, the new virtual assistant.
Well, new this Monday morning, the Henry County Sheriff's Office says no one was hurt, thankfully, when a small plane right here on your screen crashed near Highway 69 last night. The Sheriff's Office also telling us that the plane lost engine power and was trying to land when it hit a fence and then flipped over. A pilot and passenger inside the plane were not hurt, but the FAA is now investigating.
And continuing coverage this morning as roads across the midstate are still under ice as of this morning, causing more accidents. Just got a brand new video in from one of our viewers out of Greenbrier showing cars slipping and sliding all the way down their neighborhood hill just trying to get out. And we go to East Nashville, where the woman you see right here tells us that somebody totaled her car sliding down their icy road. Wow. And her husband's car also got sideswiped. She says her neighborhood in East Nashville has reported the dangers at the intersection of Ramsey and 9th with no real resolution so far.
We have seen no evidence of trucks. There's been no actual removal of snow or ice, and we haven't seen any salt. So it's been pretty disappointing.
NDOT telling Fox 17 News that, pretty straightforward here. These side streets that are iced over won't improve until the weather improves. The good news is that's going to happen starting today.
Oh yeah, Brett Luna, what are we talking about weather-wise as far as the temperature increase?
We have temperatures that are going to be going to the mid-40s for us for today. How much is this my hit right here? Do I have time to talk a little bit? Okay, cool. So we have mid-40s today, lower 50s. That's going to be our high temperature for us on a Tuesday. And then as we head on into Wednesday, Thursday, I think those are going to be two of the warmest days. Low to mid-60s for us. That is going to help finally get rid of all of that ice, at least in most locations. Some of those super shaded spots may take a little bit longer by some of those buildings, but also a chance for showers. We're going to be keeping our eye out for the possibility, maybe just a little bit of flooding for the later part of the week. Not expecting anything too widespread. We're so dry right now.